I've been thinking, lately it's just me against the world. Round and round I'm caught up in this swirl, trying to dig and trying to burrow. Pressure turned the stone into a pearl. Lessons that I learned weren't always thorough, sugar-coated like a churl. Now I'm really out here on my own. Now my homies acting like I owe 'em, done extending out my arm. Made a lot of money from my poems, been around and now they say I'm on. I can finally say I'm up now, I'm up now. 20,000 on a bus down, I'm on my way, I'm going up now, and I ain't never gonna touchdown. Mine's on, I can't turn it off. Late nights and I'm turning up. Hate life, then I learn to love. Down and out, now I'm way above. I always knew I had it, now I'm living out my dreams. Treat that money like an addict, it's a habit, I'm a fiend. Feeling that rush, rocket ready to launch. Hands up, ready and gone, been waiting too long. Trust on plenty, that's wrong. Old me said that's gone, thank God I'm headstrong. I don't wanna wake up in a doubt that I show 'em everything I'm about. I ain't never going out, I ain't never getting for no clout. Now I'm sitting pretty on the cloud, say I'm up now, I'm up now. 20,000 on a bus down, I'm on my way up, going up now, and I ain't never gonna touchdown.
Before the storm, things aren't as they were before. You best start bracing. Did you think you could keep us out? Shut the gates, forget us now. It's hard to change it. Can you hear the sound? Us now, we're not back in time, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Once you shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound?
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. You will notice that I was a little late today, but what else is new? I really don't want to make it like a regular thing at all, being late, but I had fun playing WoW. That's the reason why I'm late. So do I really need to apologize for enjoying World of Warcraft, dude? I was just having some fun. Less out of the mustache. For some reason the right wants to curl. The left doesn't. Let me go into the bathroom and see if I can fix it, dude. Because I feel like I come out here looking like a homunculus. And yeah, I'm kind of tired of trying to look like a troglodyte. So can we just go back to that, I don't really know. I guess the intro screen? Is that what we want to do? I guess. Yeah, let me do that real quick. I'm gonna keep the music rolling. Be literally right back. Let me get the music up and running for you guys. Okay, BRB.
With the ground beneath your feet, with a whisper in the trees. Do you feel us watching? Hunger in our eyes, victories on our minds. It's our time to rise. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound? We're the We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution.
Hello, 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 hello. I think we fixed a little. Chat, you ready? This is what you were waiting for. A little better, right? A little more of a curl in there. A little bit. I hope it holds for long enough. God damn it, I already messed it up. We need some mustache wax in there to get the curl to hold. Oh my god, it's messed up so bad. It's so bad. Oh, okay. I just gotta look up and it has a bit of a curl. That's all I gotta do. Just look up. It has a bit of a curl. It's good enough. It's good enough. It'll be salvageable. It'll be workable. We got it. Easy. Yo, can we go back to that other song? Can we go back to that first song that you guys listened to? Because I dropped it on you guys, but I didn't hear it myself. And I kind of like the beat at the very beginning. Alrighty. 5V5 1v1 Duels. Let's get those up and running over on the NA today, boys. How are all you doing, you wonderful, beautiful butterflies? We got ourselves Isaac, Tyron, Jacob. We got ourselves Chicago. How you doing, fam? Good. We got Triago, Illidari. We got ourselves Vix. We got ourselves Dalton, Pink T-Rex, Michael. How you boys all doing? Thunderwalker, how you doing, my man? Hope you are having a good one. Let's hear this song. I wasn't here for it. This is a song, man. This is a song. Do I need to make it louder? A little louder. I like it. Who's it by? Newport. M-I-M-E. I think it's Newport mostly. It's got this like a Netflix thing going on a little bit, but I like it. I like it, dude. That might be part of the Duels mix, honestly, if I like it enough. All right. Hopping on the NA, boys. Hopping on the duel character. Let's go. Like, please, boys. If you watch the stream and you enjoy these duels and enjoy what I do, can you give the stream a like so my ego can grow and grow until it's a massive blob like I am IRL? Alrighty. Hopping on a character. Whoa, by the way, another level 60 joins the flock. It's gonna be Dow Slam, dude. Look at this tune, the Venthyr. I'm playing around with maybe not making a Venthyr in the future, but right now it's a Venthyr warrior. Maybe we'll go to something weird at a later time. Maybe Moldraxian Necrolord. Apparently that one is really bad though. But we got one more in here, man. Number one continuous stream in the world, y'all. Yo, what's up, Richard? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day, by the way. Again, I do apologize for being late. I feel like I shouldn't, but I do. Thank you so much. Alrighty, NA, do we have any groups up and running right now? Chicago, you got me. Seavark, where you at? Chill Pills, where you at? We need some groups over in the EU. Had plenty of groups yesterday. I was gonna say last week, but I guess they had plenty of groups last week too. But this week on EU, they had a lot of good games, man. The Warrior slammed it out of the park. That is the video that's available for today. The Warrior is an absolute god, dude. The Night Fae. I love it. Now we just need to see a Moldraxian warrior dominate like that, and then you literally can make all your memes dreams, dude. And believe in yourself. What the hell's going on with the loading bar? Please. Always good to watch only the best. I try to give everybody a chance. Sometimes you find some best in here on the channel, but I try to give everybody a chance, you know what I mean? I think we have the best community here. But in duels, we see a variety of different players, and I feel like everybody should be given a chance, man. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody should be given a chance. But without giving everybody a chance, we wouldn't see the man Dalaran, who I remember a couple of dudes that started out, and at the very beginning, they were kind of like, oh no, they're so close to victory. Christina was one of them on EU. And Dalaran started as Arms Warrior, and he would come out and he would do kind of okay. Maybe get like one kill here and there, and just kind of chill. And usually doesn't really survive past the first kill. That song, by the way, was really good. And then he just started slamming it back to back. Got 3 gamers, 2 Seavark for a total of 5. And 2 Seavarks. Okay, boom, with a group. Do we have a second group over on the NA today, boys? We're just in one more group, and we're good to go for the 5V5 1v1 Duels. Let me post how to join the groups. Chicago with the group. Yo, we're starting immediately, dude. Invite spectator match. Yo, I like this song too, actually. What is this mix? Making sure boom hashtag is right here, because there's more than one boom on my real ID. But getting bad lag, so I might have to call it early. Maybe really. Oh, I'm sorry, Chicago. I understand if you end up calling it early, man. If you want to, you could pass somebody else in that group lead. Somebody done the duels before. Like Pox, for example. I think Pox have been in these duels a couple of times. If he wants to maintain a group, I'll just add him on real ID. We can queue him a couple of times. I do need to close the window here. Here we go. Oh, Wargren, Pink T-Rex. He could probably host the group too. Flexing. We got Flexing here as well. Hope you got some good games. Yesterday was great. Yesterday was awesome. What's up, username? How you doing, my man? Don't forget to drop a like, yo, boys. Do what RZ are telling you. Drop a like on this video, man. Drop a like for the stream. So Twitch. We got ourselves Team 1 with Boomasaur. I've been seeing you leveling that druid. Are we feral or we Boomy? We are Boomkin. Nice. We got ourselves Steve working here as well. And a Frost Mage this time with a Water Ellie Pets. That's going to be some Mitch Jones stuff, I think. Seavark Ayaya as a Retribution Paladin. We got ourselves OG Dalt as a Beastmaster Hunter with also Trap Walker. I guess this guy's just gonna walk over every single one of the traps. There is a hunter in this group. Flexing got all the traps. We got Wargren with all them traps. We got ourselves DV Poxia with no traps, but playing that Subbroke. It looks like he's gonna be coming out in the open duel to do a bit of a nice honorable with Trap Walker. Trap Walker kind of walking up, but then getting a little bit shy behind the wall. He's not sure what to do. I guess he's like, huh? What's going on here? A little bit of role play inside of the arena. I'm not used to this. But he does nod to him in approval, so at least if anything, he might be considered RP later in Gold Shire. Swerving on this team as well as Chicago, going for a more like a vanilla-esque set. Gonna be Alexi by Trap Walker. Drapebox does get a blind out of Trapwalker. That is going to be weapons of order used, but no trinket used. But Trapwalker did. Diva Pox open up with a cheap shot. Going to be a Fist of Fear to follow right after. Diva having to go for evasion. That's a lot of damage from the monk, but a big cooldown out of the rook have been used. It looks like Trapwalker looking for a bit of a reset. DV not letting him get away. He's going to go for a kidney shot, but getting booped around into a vanish. Big damage. Trinket karma coming out for Trapwalker. DV just blasts through that karma, knowing there's no good karma for the monk. Not even a cloaker shot is needed. Took all that damage to the face, looking for a reset against Seavark. That was a lot of damage. Seavark catches him in a freeze. Shatter comes out with the ice lance, and that's going to be probably the pod broken up unless Seavark just doesn't have the damage for it. And he does have the damage. By the looks of it, he does have the damage. Going for a bit of invis after sniping that rogue out of the arena. The Frost Mage, does it return or does it not? That's what I really want to see for these duels, boys. I want to see if the Frost Mage returns, because I remember Seavark was kind of dominating people in the pre-patch, and we then haven't seen Frost Mage at all. I feel like some of you guys, have you guys seen that clip of Mitch Jones getting like a 30k shatter crit playing Lonely Winter with a Frostbolt and an Ice Lance there on a, I think, a priest? I don't know if you guys see it or not, but that looked nutty. It looks like it's going to be Seavark versus his old friend Chicago, though, dude. Last time those two played, it was super enjoyable for Seavark. Yeah, he enjoyed just having all those shields stripped from him. It was, oh, so much fun. So enjoyable. But I don't know if this is going to go different with a Frosty Mage. Trying to go for a polymorph. Does get interrupted on Arcane. That's going to be Skyfury dropping down for Chicago. It's going to go for a last and short, last and tricky coming out for Seavark. Off that last Stormkeeper, trying to make it happen. Doesn't have an interrupt. It's going to be Paulo and Chicago before the land of Stormkeeper. Runa Power comes down with Icy Vein. Chicago is going to take a lot of damage. Big shatters with Comet Storm coming in. Stormkeeper does come out fully, and that's going to be Seavark blinking in and melee for the shifted power. Walking out for Chicago from the Fire Elemental as Seavark continues to get those Frostbolts rolling. There's going to be big purges coming out onto the shield of Seavark, and he's going to try to see if he can dip behind the pillar with the last shield. Technically, I feel like Frost Mages have the biggest shields. So I think him running this Lego is going to give him the maximum amount of shields, right? The biggest shield possible. While he doesn't have anything like Cauterize, he does have double Icebox, so it's going to be double the heal from that. Primordial Bowl getting set up on the Seavark while he does use mobility to get the hell out of there. Resetting those shields back up. Double Icebox does get opportunity to go for an Icebox really early on, catch up on a lot of heals. Chicago continuing to purge those shields immediately. Tricky it out for Chicago, though. Last out to Seavark could be an Icebox. It is going to be an Icebox. It looks like Seavark does not run the conduit that gives him extra healing while an Icebox. That is super unfortunate. I've been seeing actually a lot of mages not running the conduit. Is everybody that's a mage going Corin as a soulbinder or something? Seavark, you're going to have to explain at some point why you're no longer running this. But also, it's not just you, it's other mages that seem to be not running it, especially ones in the EU. Maybe the conduit is just not that good, or maybe people get dispelled all the time with that conduit, so you never really get value, so you just don't run it because you wouldn't run it in arena. Seavark trying to see if he can recover a little bit of cooldowns right now. Has some CDs available. Shields up with Chicago, trying to see if he can purge everything from Seavark. I think Seavark was starting to see if he could bait a poly interrupt. Did not get interrupted on it, though, so Chicago still has an interrupt necessary. Did it? Uh-oh. Seavark give up? Uh-oh. Rest in peace. Did he? I don't have my soulbinder or anything for Frost. I can't beat a shaman. That's okay, dude. That's okay, Seavark. That's okay. No point in waiting. Fair enough. Might as well let the game progress so the rest of the team doesn't suffer too much. So dampening as Seavark from Moonguard rolling in. Big start from Velo versus Chicago as they go in for an Earth Shock wall available for Chicago for a few more seconds. Does get disrupted on fire. Chicago trying to land a Stormkeeper. Seavark trying to make the most damage blasted happen. Shield of Vengeance available right now. Trying to see if he can blast through Chicago's defensives. That's going to be a crap pass in the totem for that hammer. Justice trying to knock the Palu in distance, but looks like it's not going to be happening. Seavark says Shaman is a healer, so I don't have the dam. Fair enough, fair enough. I still would like, I guess, I still would like for you to try, I guess. I feel like I understand why it's like, oh, you know, it's going to be a long duel. And it's going to go into high dampening. There's really no point. But I still like when people try, I guess. I don't know, it's just a preference of mine. Some people maybe feel like you do. But I understand why. Hopefully it'll be a different matchup, Seavark, you know what I mean? Seavark versus Swervy up next, though, as a Retribution Paladin versus Red, with taken now. The Shaman quite handily is playing the Venthium, Try to see if you can get an Ashen Hollow around the corner. Swervy trying to avoid it. Swervy probably playing that Kyrian. I didn't see if he ran the Owl Boy Swolkin or not. Gonna be Ashen Hollow coming out. Swervy trying to see if he can walk out of it. Walk it after him. Try to see if he can hodge him inside of Ashen. Looks like he wasn't able to. Still getting quite a bit of damage with that Seraphim with a hodge. Quite a lot of damage. Swervy is playing Kyrian, so it's going to go for a hodge to see if Wings available. Big hammer coming in. Lots of damage for the Pally. Is playing the defensively though. Swapping gear. Shifting gear for more Word of Glory playstyle. Big blind on Taya. Taking lots of damage inside of the Ashen. I don't even know what's happened to his health there. He dipped pretty low for a second. Shield Advantage should keep him alive for a little bit longer. And looks like for Seawark, Ashen Hollow goes away for now. Getting a hodge of Swervy. Trying to see if he can bust through a Shield of Vengeance. He does do it pretty handily. Get an up close and personal with Swervy. Trying to see if you might be able to make some damage on sticks. Swervy tried to swerve out of there with a mount, but Hand of Freedom not available for it, so he's not able to really make a breakaway at all. Seawark does go for a big old Seraphim available, forcing a bubble out of Swervy. Swervy not going for a self-heal. Maybe just gonna go for Word of Glory spam. Try to make some damage out back to Seawark. Try to get himself a big old toll proc. I don't know if it happened. And looks like the Vanther Retribution Paladin wins that one. Flex is going to be up next. It's Survival Hunter. Get it. That's up and running onto the Seabark. And it's going to be a Blessing of Protection. Doesn't get to dispel it. Try to remove it. Does get the removal. It's going to harpoon at Seabark IAL. Tricky coming out for that Hammer of Justice. Seabark got himself plenty of damage still rolling in here. Still plenty of damage rolling. Is this Quinrat? Is this my man's Quinrat? Is this my man's I think it is. I think it is. I feel like what gives it away is the Seavark name, but also Moonguard. Seavark, can you confirm or deny? It's gonna be a big Seraphim available for him as a freezing trap comes out. Gonna check it out of it. Flexing, looking to get some maximum range out of it. Resonant Arrow should be available hopefully sometime soon. Setting up traps for the Paladin. Waking out the Seraphim for the most part as the Pally decides to turn attention to the pet. And while he gets away from the Hunter, he might as well go for a bit of a self-heal. Gonna be a camo for Flexing. Hand of Freedom for Seavark immediately. And looking like he's just gonna go for a bit of a reset. Actually, mounting up as Flexing does get the dots back up and running. Resonant Arrow back up. Try to get all the traps to slow Seavark in there down. And try to make whatever damage inside of Resonant Arrow do work. But I feel like for survival, it is a little bit tough though, without at least without Aspect of the Eagle. Big Hammy's coming out for Seawark. Yeah, but the Steel Trap stops him. Hand of Freedom keeps him moving. Freezing Trap slows him down. And Flexing should be able to survive most of this burst, maybe even getting some dots against the Paladin, whittling down away, throwing out them chakrams. It's going to be Feign Death as some damage comes out from the Pala with more traps to follow. Just gonna kite him around in circles for as much as possible. Seraphim available, landing a hodge. It looks like it sticks. That's gonna be Pet Sack. Is that gonna be enough though? Flexing getting dangerous and low. Freezing Trap, Turtle, Feign Death, Manic Bandage. A lot of abilities got used at the same time, although maybe it was worth it because otherwise the Paladin could just hit Bubble and then continue hammering and flexing. But maybe that is a play that a Hunter probably should have made anyway. You know, just go for Freezing Trap, Feign Death, Manic Bandage. See the Bubble, Turtle itself. Maybe that would have been more worth. But we'll find out. It is the Hunter who is hunting here. Looks like we actually had a DC on Team 2. What, Team 1? Oh no, how many DCs did we have? Did we lose a bunch of people? We lost Warcraft for sure. And then there was a Rogue. Rogue died. Then there was Chicago. I think we had a 5th. Unless I'm wrong in here. Probably had some DC with the servers. Can't do much about it. Freezer Chop onto Seavark IAA. As the Paladin popping off wings, it's going to be able to get lots of damage and healing. Looks like it's only going to come down to the heals. If Flexit is able to kite him around. Double tar trap around the pillar. Coming out with Coordinated Assault, trying to make some damage happen from afar. And it looks like Seavark IAA is giving him the line of sight to get the range damage up and running. Going for a Harpoon, trying to make some damage happen. Is going to interrupt him when Ashen Hollow, which is a Shadow spell, allows Seavark IAA to go for all the heals and all the damage. Ashen Hollow is going to come out either way. Is going to give him lots of final or lots of that hammer throw. Righteous Hammer, Righteous Verdict, big damage. And Flexit is just a global away from getting taken out. Feign Death for a second gives him a shield stun onto the Pala. Resonant Arrow comes out, is going to be able to get kill commands, harpoons in there. And I don't know what killed him there. I actually don't know what killed him there. Huh. I don't know what happened. I got DC'd. Aww. It's okay. It happens, boys. Yeah. Just if you're in the 5v5 1v1 duels, make sure you got like some movement, like some, you know, strafing here and there. I know most of you guys are probably chilling and watching the duel through the stream because it gets the closed camera angles. But if you want to tap into the game, make sure you just get some movement in there. Had to set up for Frost. I didn't even have any soul binds. Oh, Silver, you want to set it up right now? If you want to get it set up, man, you could do it. I guess you have to pick one. Yeah. I feel like soul binds are pretty important, right? But I guess I would just, this is what I would do. I would pick a soul bind that's free and just try to do what you can with it. Because I feel like that's better than like not having a Frosty setup at all. Because there can be some big differences in terms of setup. You could definitely get that double ice block thing with a heal. That will definitely help the defense, as well as whatever you do for damage for Frost. I think there's one with Ice Lances, because you did quite a lot of damage with the Ice Lance to that rogue. Let's get another one up and running, boys, yeah? Let's get another one up and running. Boom, Chicago, let me know if you guys got more people and if you want to do more. If you want to give Silverk opportunity to go back and set up a soul bind real quick for the duels, you're more than welcome to. I mean the conduits. I mean, like, I don't even have Dreamer or anything selected. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Huh, alrighty. Yeah, it's up to you, man. If you want to get some set up, man, I'd be down to see some Frost. But if you want to play some Arcane or Fire, man, you're more than welcome to. We got US 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Oh, we broke 60 other than 8. Let's go, dude. 62. Chicago ready, and boom, needs 2 to go. If anybody else got a group, boys, let me know. I forgot to tell them to move from time to time. Yeah. I'm set up now. Just need to select. I'll do one more. Sounds good. Let me go and post the 5v5 1v1 duels here. Info, how to join in, man. Can I do this? And then add how to join. How to... No, it doesn't look like I can. Yeah, let me pop that here and pin it. Here we go. Alrighty, Boom needs 2 more. We need 2 more boys to join in Team Horde. And Chicago still has a 5-man, so we're good to go on that front, boys. Need 2? There we go, boys. There we go. If you guys got a group, or if you guys want to know how to join any of the 5v5 1v1 groups, it's pretty easy. Go to, I hit H on my keyboard to bring up the player versus player LFG. Go to tab for player versus player, premier group, custom PvP, find a group if you want to find a group, and type 5 in the search, and you'll find yourself a 5v5 1v1 group available on NA today, boys. Alliance or Horde. It should be a group, I think, on US Horde and one on US Alliance right now. But if you want to make more, you can, if you don't see one, for example, you can always make your own group. All you have to do is go to start a group, call it something like 5v5 1v1 Duels, and you could add the name Dalaran in there. Just so when people search number 5 or Duels or Dalaran, they should be able to find your group pretty easily. Let them know that you have a group in the stream chat. You can advertise that you have a group on whichever faction in the stream chat for NA today. Just let them know, hey, we got a group on Alliance. We need like 3, 4, however many more. And get yourself a full group. Once you have a full group, let me know in the chat. I'll add you on Reality, making sure you're the lead of that group. And I'll kill you guys against one of the groups that's available. You guys got to find the groups at LFG or make them yourselves. I don't think they invite... Yeah, some of you guys are like, yo, invite me just because it's easier. You will have to find groups. It's just much easier to just find the groups in LFG. Yeah. We also pinned the message in order to help you guys find how to exactly how to find these groups, either pre-made or how to make it with yourselves. So check the pins if you need to. It should be in the chat. Hopefully it makes sense. If it doesn't, I could go over it again. That was a pretty good one first up of the day. And a little bit sad we had some DCs, but that happens. I was really excited to see some Frost Mage though, dude. Seavark, have you seen the Mitch Jones one-shot? Is that something that's actually doable? Like, is that something viable, or is that just like a meme? Because I know he did it as a Kyrian, so maybe you have to be Kyrian to make it happen. But is that viable strategy, or is that a meme? If it's viable, I kind of want to get a mage up and running, and maybe even try it for myself at some point. So right now I'm playing Arcane as a Kyrian, just because I like the idea of Kyrian Arcane. Chicago's a team full? Yeah, I think Chicago's team is full right now. Amir, so maybe another time. We do this Friday for EU, boys, Saturday for NA. Yeah. Friday for EU, Saturday for NA. What's up, Chimchin? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Meme, but it can work. That's kind of cool. Hey, dude, I'm Ari. What's up, King? How you doing, my man? Thank you for continued support of the channel. I appreciate it. How you doing, beauty? Hope you're having a good one. Had a bit of coffee today, boys. Good lunch. Got to play a bit of WoW. Lots of work on video stuff. Yeah, so it's been pretty good. And we got a warrior at level 60, boys. I grounded one yesterday. And paladin on the way. 51, dude. 51. You're Dalaran if you want to one-shot people with your rogue, check latest YouTube channel. Okay, I don't know who that really is, but I'll peep it, my man. Sounds good. Have you ever had a group come in like troll, like pretend to 1v1, but then all 5 run in and 5v1 in person that runs in? Normally, no. I mean, there's sometimes people that are like we usually have like a paladin or something, but usually it's usually a paladin. I don't know why, but there's usually some paladins that come in and they're just kind of like somebody's having a duel and the paladin will just run in and try to steal a kill. Or a paladin will like start healing the person that's dying and they have no idea what a duel is. I don't know why it's always a paladin, dude. But you know what happens every single time, dude. You know what happens every single time. We let the dogs out, dude. We let the hounds on the run, dude. We let the hounds hunt that man for blood. Let him get hunted down like the dog he is and get out of that arena immediately. It doesn't happen often, but now that you mention it, it's probably going to mention every other game now, right? I don't know why paladins, dude. Every time it's a paladin, it's not a hunter, it's not a demon hunter, it's not like a priest that had no idea what was going on, it's not like a fresh level 60 mage that's like, what am I doing in this arena? I just had a friend invite me. What's going on? Nobody told them what's going on. My lord isn't here. I wanted to wreck him. Oh no. Maybe my lord pop in. We all cooperate with me. When I see some rogues, dude, rogues is real. I feel like rogues is one of the most hated classes. I can't say the most hated. I would say one of the most hated classes, no matter what, dude. Everybody thinks rogues win by cheating. I just don't get it, dude. We just have like a billion stuns and a billion saps and blinds and all these other crazy CC that no other class has, and literally we could just vanish out of sight. I don't know why people think rogues suck and rogues are annoying and they're cheating. I have no idea. I have no clue. Why would anybody hate rogues? I don't understand. I just feel like as a rogue, I think it's normal for me to be able to control you for 30 hours without letting you play the game, and then one shot you without you letting me be able to play the game. I don't know. I just feel like there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. Why do rogues get so much hate, guys? I just don't understand. They hate me. Rogues and druids. Well, druids are a whole nother beast. Depress Convoke. So I don't know. What do you think about Momentum Demon Hunters? I wanted to make Momentum Demon Hunter work. I think it'd be fun. I missed out on Momentum gameplay back in Legion. I didn't play it, dude. I was like, new class, Demon Hunter. I tried. I was like, man, so many people playing Demon Hunter. I don't think I'll play that class. I eventually did, but I never really played the Momentum, or like when Momentum was the meta. Instead, when I played Demon Hunter, the meta played with the meta, like the IBM Metamorphs. That was the meta. You can hide their sarcasm. I hope you guys sense sarcasm there. God forbid somebody thinks I'm serious and thinks I'm like an asshole. That was sarcasm, by the way, 100%. Yeah, no, I do understand why rogues get a bit of hate. I feel like we're not the most broken class right now, but we're borderline there. I understand why people don't like us. People hate hunters by default because getting kited. Dude, a good hunter will kite the hell out of you, but it's the most annoying thing ever. But they'll be really good at it. We still need more groups for 5v5 boys. By the way, if you want to join, go to player vs player pre-made group. Let's navigate to custom PvP, find a group, top number 5, enter. Boom needs more boys on the horde. You'll find Boom and Surge's group for Dalaran 5v5 1v1 duels. If you guys want to pop in. What about mages? Mages, I don't know. Mages are pretty good right now. The triple shield thing was kind of annoying, but they nerfed it. I feel like it's maybe not the biggest nerf. It didn't make that much of a difference, but I feel like it made enough of a difference to me where I'm like, okay. But yeah, mages can be... You gotta have some... They may test your patience sometimes, for sure. Obliv is the king magician's here. Dude, Obliv is nutty, dude. Watching a good mage like Seawark or Obliv just dominate people, it's an art, dude. It's an art. Like, that belongs in a museum. Like, I could watch it all day, and I hate museums, dude. I hate art. But I still the best spec in the game. I like mages that play all the specs, though, but the other two are complete trash. I really do hope that Blizzard does something for Arcane and Frost to make him a little bit better for PvP. For sure, for sure. But, yeah. Hopefully. I believe it's the King of Magicians. Yeah. I got a mage, but I'm only 174 item level. Mages are fun, though. I think they're really fun in this expansion. I cannot wait to get my arcane up and running, dude. I think it'll be lots of fun. But yeah, mate, I would love to play some Momentum Demon Hunter, but I feel like having Demon Hunter is just kind of... I feel like it didn't get enough changes this expansion. I'm hoping that if a 0.5 patch comes out and they change any classes, I'll hopefully have a Demon Hunter get some depth and a lot more talents as based on abilities. Like, I think it'll be really good for them. Arcane, all arcanes are good. That's all arcanes good at. Is it wrong? Best spec 1v1? 1v1 specs? Probably anything that heals and does damage. So like a feral druid is pretty good. Monks are really good. Paladins are pretty good. Got 5 more gamers here. Chicago, you ready, fam? We got us this boom with more gamers in here, boys. Oh boy. Hope they won't have Seavark immediately going up against Chicago just because mages get kind of countered by a restoration shaman or an English shaman with a restoration shaman legendary, which I don't think they're gonna nerf that one, are they? Hopefully not. Hopefully, if they nerf it, maybe just a hair, just a hair, you know, just a little. Jonas Outlaw. Oh no! Yo, give it a try. You might be good at it. Give it a try. You can run the crit Lego. You'll be fine. It's really, really good, man. It's really, really good. Jacob, I don't know if you need to do that, man. I don't know if you need to do that, dude. I don't. That's Jacob. Everybody has their own opinions. I don't agree with all of them. I don't think we need to do that. That's all I'm gonna say. Savix is a beautiful man. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to do that. I just don't want it. Switch. We gotta ignore that. We gotta go with Team 2 with Boomer. I really do like this animation. I'm glad they added something like that for these chickens. It's so simple, but it's also really clean. He's just doing this neck thing, which is something I always do when I listen to music. I don't know why I do that. We also got Super in here. Oh, Supreme. Kai was a Nightborn Windwalker monk. My man. He is courageous. I don't see a lot of Nightborn, but when I do, I get excited. We got ourselves Seavark playing more about Frost. OG Dalt as a... Oh, Zachary here as well. As another one walker. Already popping off images over to his Team Swerve. On that team. Looks like a DV accidentally queuing as Outlaw, but I believe in you, my mans. I believe in you. Playing with that Tricks of Trade should have the 10% damage increase in the opener. Going over the 100% crit killing spree immediately onto Super Kai. Super Kai taking a bit of damage. Karma coming out immediately as DV does get a lot of damage out of him. Get a shot right after. Just burning through that Karma as it's not a good Karma playstyle. Cloak of Shadows coming up with a grapple hook right after. Pistol shot in the man, trying to slow him down. Is going to chase after him with Night Fae. It looks like he actually might have him here. It looks like DV does take out Super pretty quickly as Outlaw. 100% crit Lego still is pretty nutty. And he's also playing that Night Face, so that's a bit of extra damage too. We're start walking up to him right next, and I feel like this is where we change our mix back to the Duels mix, boys. Back to that Duels mix. I need to add some of those songs into the list, dudes, but yeah, we're just gonna we're gonna shift gears here. Oh, no. What am I doing? Okay, good. Here we go. Moves are popping in bear form, gonna wait him out. On that team, we also got ourselves flexing in the back as well as Wargren. And looks like DV is gonna have to take it a little bit carefully. Going into bear form, he's gonna go for a roll. What kind of bows did he get? I couldn't see. Cheap shot opener, so it's gonna give Boom Sword DR. That's gonna be a tricky getting used for DV. Increasing his damage by a hair. Thorns coming out. It looks like Boomer is gonna capitalize on the fact that DV is going for a bit of a reset with a Moonfire. Popping in with a soul shape, getting another dot onto DV after. As DV looking for a bit of a reset, he actually might be able to get it. No, looks like the Raptor form comes out. Getting those autos onto the rogue. Blinds Boomasaur in a travel form. Might be able to sap him in that travel form and do a lot of damage here. Sap comes out. While in travel form, not in bear form, he can't really do much in terms of the damage it takes. So DV might be able to make something happen here. Is he going to go for a cheap shot? Cheap shot coming out. Killing Spear after. Barskin Tricky coming out for Boomasaur as it takes 100% critical strike damage from the Rogue. Roar into a Cyclone. Almost lands himself out of that Roar. Almost landing that kick. Boomasaur does use Barskin. Is going to get some dots back up onto DV. The dots should do just a little bit more damage. Sprinting over there in cat form after him. DV goes in for a Blade Flurry. Big combo coming out. Not Convoke. Incarnation coming out for Boomasaur. I always been Convoke at this point. Gonna shot Dust coming in for DV. They'll vanish for the Rogue. This is going to go for a bit of a reset. Boomaster goes in for a full re-heal, and DV, probably a good reason to vanish here. Holding on to that Cloak of Shadows until later. And it's probably a good idea he vanished first before Cloak of Shadows, because Vanish, you can get the cooldown back of it as an outlaw faster. Cloak of Shadows is a 2-minute cooldown standard. Sap and Boomistar, while he still has Incarnation, could open up back up with that killing spree very, very soon. But he's going to have an open of 100% critical strike at the very least. Zapping him yet again. Maybe he could get himself a tricksy trade on one of the allies. Is going to get that Drone Rush opener rolling. Night Fae ability getting used up. Thorns coming in. And DV is very, very cautious about using that about using that Cloak of Shadows just yet. Does get the dots on the Boom. Looks like Boom is able to get auto attacks to the wall in travel form. Super unfortunate for DV. Does go for a Cloak of Shadows. Caught himself a reset, I think, for a second there. Because he did get an... Oh, no, not an ambush from a reset. Actually, it's a Night Fae ambush. I forget that that's a thing. Into a disarm onto the rogue. No cloak to deal with it, but so far DV is not out of the fight. So far Boom has been able to kind of stop the rogue, but he's not really been able to capitalize on big damage after. He is still holding on to Convoke, so the next stun on the rogue without a human racial could be deadly for DV and could be absolutely fantastic for Boom. But DV is playing relentless, so a full Mighty Bash is not going to be a full CD. It's going to be blind into Boomstar before he gets in any form. DV could go for a sap here and get a proper opener as long as he doesn't let Boomistar recover. Outside of that, Sap is going to go for an opener. Big killing spear off the cheap shot, getting Boom to about half his health before Roar comes out. Frenzied Regen letting him catch up on health quite a bit. Bash on the DV, big Convoke coming out, but he is not in Boomy form, so he's mostly going for a heal build. Super unfortunate. That's one of the draws of Convoke. If you're not in any form, it will treat you like a resto. It got a couple of rests in there, but it will treat you like a resto druid and won't let you do really a lot of the boomy abilities, so you will have to shift into boomy form. So you basically have to either pre-shift in boomy form, bash and convoke, or bash, boomy, convoke, and run away. That's all you can really do. That is super, super unfortunate for Boom. I think he does get a thrash with DV just now, does he? Looks like he doesn't. And DV should be able to get a proper opener. Mark for that is available. Cheap shot comes out. Does get the Night Face scene. The Barson out of Boomistar. Looks like he's not going to stick around to see if he can get Storms out of him. Just going to hit him with a slow and get the hell out of there. Boomistar does get chopped on a lot of self-heals. I am interested to see if DV is able to work this one out of him. Or work this duel out. He is pressing Blade Flurry. That is some in his Outlaw Rogues. Blade Flurry used to be really, really good back in Classic BC and Thick of Wrath, where it gave you extra auto attack speed. It does basically just nothing. It's a cleave in the current version of the game. It used to do a lot of single target damage until they nerfed it, which makes sense because you shouldn't be pressing your AoE abilities for single target, unless you're like a monk with Fist of Fury, right? Bash on the DV. Boomistar trying to make some damage here happen. Thorns is up while in bear form. DV does score a kidney shot. Does go for a Cloak of Shadows. Looks like he's going to go for a reset cloak. Does get used to get the thorns off him and any of the other dots. Does get the big lazy beam from the sky to continue harassing the rogue. It is doing damage to him, keeping him in combat. That's going to be big Incarn available for Boomistar. Trying to make some of the damage here. DV does have advantage back up very, very soon. Blind coming back also very, very soon. Does he have a short blind? I actually want to see if he has a short blind or not. That is the talent to go to as Outlaw. But maybe he's in his PvE build. No, it looks like it is the PvE build. Okay. So he probably has the he hasn't been using Gouge, so I think he does have that where the stun gives more damage increase, which for 100% crit wouldn't be that bad. Darren looks like a cool Tyrion. Changed my mind. I kind of end up rolling with it, Harry. How you doing, my man? Probably not outside of counter respect. Boomies are hard as Outlaw. Boomies are pretty hard, actually. Boomies are tough. So are warriors, but I'd rather fight a warrior than a boomy, or a monk than a boomy. Boomies are on a whole nother level. Boomies are just you gotta sink so much damage into them and catch them off guard. And that's rough, in a 1v1 like this. We are getting to that higher dampen little by little, so it could help out DV. I'm glad that DV isn't giving up, dude. He's trying to make the Outlaw dream a thing. Mark for death? Does he get a Slice and Ice outfit? I feel like Slice and Ice is more important for Outlaw than the other specs of Rogue. Definitely worth getting that up ASAP. As Diva tried to make some damage happen here. Get a shot onto Boomistar with the Thorns. Going for the grapple hook. Did get a cooldown out of him. Boomistar leaving him with a big old laser beam. DV trying to outrun the beam. Getting next to Boom. Is going to hit those Thorns for a bit. Star Surge is connecting. Doing lots of damage. Is going to try to go for a bit of a reheal. As Boomistar also goes for a reheal himself. Boom himself actually took a bit of damage there. Is getting auto attacks through the wall while frenzied. Keeping him alive though. Not letting DV catch a reset. I think that Blizzard maybe should try working on not letting... Oh, in bear form convoking. What did that do? I think he's got a bunch of Iron Furs and maybe Frenzy Regen rolling there. In bear form convoke. He did get a couple rats in there. Bear form convoke though. That would make you super tanky and probably give you lots of healing, wouldn't it? is going to get the rogue out in the open. As EV tried to at least create some line of sight here. Maybe an opener, maybe a proper go. Kidney shot in bear form while Thorns is up. That is super unfortunate. No matter the spec of rogue you are, you wouldn't want to make that kind of a damage happen here. Maybe sap onto Boom. Looks like DV does get himself a proper reset. Maybe there's dots that are burning through that shield, which is such a strong rogue utility. Getting the shield when you pop in the stealth, that is rough. Boomkins are stupid OP. They do have a lot of healing. They definitely have a lot of healing. I think you basically have to try to see if you can get Barkskin out of them and Thorns, reset, and then come back at them right after. So basically have to kidney shot on cooldown, I think. You basically have to get cooldowns out of them, AFK, and then kidney shot on cooldown. Disarm mid killing spree, super unfortunate as even boxes. Killing spree does lose a lot of its weight. Grapple hooking away from Boomasaur, trying to go for a bit of a reset. It looks like the laser is still gonna go through. Blind into Boomasaur, might be able to make something off here. If he goes in for an immediate kidney shot as soon as he can, as soon as that's off cooldown and DRs are off, you might be able to make something happen here. It looks like there's going to be bear form with friends in regen. What I would do in this situation is just open up with an ambush, see what you can make out of it. Probably going to be a roar, but maybe cheap shot is better here. Is open up with 100% crit, puts a dot on him, and look at the dot go. With 100% crit, the dot actually does quite a lot of damage. I wonder if he's running the conduit with a Night Fade dot for the rogue. It is really good. Rogue, most OP class still. He is surviving for quite a bit. I guess you could call it OP, yeah? What would it be if it's not OP? Kidney shot into Boomasaur. Does he have Barksy? He does not. That's going to be an opener for DV into Roar. Does Boomasaur go for a cycle? He does not. Bash into Pox. Goes into full incarnation. Big Star surges. Pox is... Oh no, this soul shape. The pod. It gets proc. You just need a couple rats in there and she'd be able to take that thing out. That is rough, dude. Without having a trinket for that bash during that convoke or during that incarn, that is huge. But he did get himself a nice setup. The kidney shots were coming in. He was starting to get, okay, I gotta get a kidney shot basically on cooldown, and then you should be able to whittle down the druid. He did get a proper opener on him, but the druid just had a bash and an incarn available. All those star surges. Swervy gonna be on next versus Boomasaur. Thorns coming out immediately with Barkskin as Boomasaur goes in for a bit of a frenzy region, knocking Swervy back, looking for that cyclone. Is gonna get that cyclone. Swervy gonna trick it out of it. Looks like Swervy is not. Oh, he got a katana. That katana looks actually kind of cool. He got his pajamas, goggles, and a katana. I think that fits him pretty well. Actually looks so good. Boomasaur catching on a couple of heals in the back, trying to go for regrowth as well as roots. It looks like Swervy had the freedoms out of there. Boomasaur definitely has advantage here, pushing up at Swervy. That's going to be a blind by the Pala. Does he do anything with a blind? Looks like it's a defensive blind rather than an aggressive blind. I've seen some clips of, and we've seen some footage of that on the stream. Paladin's going for a blind into cooldowns. Convoking Spirits coming out while in booming form. Swervy could be in a really bad trouble right now. Big trubs and goes for a bubbly here. Does he go for a self-heal? He probably might want a self-heal. 36% dampening, gonna make it that much harder to catch any kind of healing though. And Boomasaur still got Star Surges ready. Hot triggers out of immediately. Thorns available. Swervy just cannot do damage. Can't even go for Crusader Strikes to get the holy power necessary to heal himself up, but is using every other ability available in order to catch whatever heals he can, while also doing quite a bit of damage back to Boom, trying to go for a cyclone. It looks like Boom is not gonna go for a cyclone just yet. Going for a last minute cyclone. Couple of regrowths to catch himself up. Hopefully we'll have some damage from Swervy. Pre-casting a Starfire. Maybe a Star Surge right after. That's going to be a big old laser beam as Swervy goes in for this flash of lights. 39% dampener. Doesn't quite get the silence into Swervy. He does get the interrupt, but the silence is there. Swervy walking back into that silence. Knows he shouldn't be doing that. Disarm with Swervy right after as he's playing defensively still. And Boomasaur just trying to maintain the dots as best as possible. Does Swervy have a Hodge coming out for Boomasaur very soon? Bash by Boom into a Bob. At least he removes the bash, but he is still vulnerable to all this magic damage. And take the roots are after. Does he have a hand of freedom for it? Looks like he got Flash of Lights. And Boomasaur got himself some Starfires rolling. Got himself an Eclipse. Going for this Rats and Star Surge's big damage over there. And walking up towards Swervy, getting hit with a Hodge, has Barkskin if needed. Barkskin comes out as Swervy goes in for wings. Big damage into Boomasaur. Massive damage, absolutely just slamming him on health. But he just didn't have enough self-heals at 44% dampening. Flexi getting disarmed immediately off of that roar though, as Boomasaur looking for that survival, trying to live this duel as best as possible. Flexing does get him into the kill shot range and should be able to take out the pod quite easily. Just the dots melting that thing. And he's good to go. Zachary is going to be up next. Getting hit with the root for a second, does get a big old leg sweep onto Flexing. Trinkets out of the root though to land the Fist of Fury into a freezing trap. I am surprised Flexing got that freezing trap with a Zuwen and all those pets available. Drop down a charge trap, slow down the pets for just a hair. That Zuwen is still doing damage. It looks like the Zuwen actually turned the attention towards his pet instead, which is perfect for Flexing. That pet taking all the damage instead of him. That's actually so good. I wonder if he used the pet taunt to kind of get the pet to taunt on the pet instead of him. Ring of Peace comes in for Zuckery as he locks down Flexing for a second. Big whirling Dragon Punch, still has Turtle Shell, and Zuckery is still holding on to that Karma. No touch of death, but he still has that Karma. Flexing, next stun you have could be huge against Zuckery. And the images, that was a second set of him. As Zuckery is running out of cooldowns here little by little, but he still has so much pressure against the Hunter. Quick camo for Flexing, and the longer he stays in camo, the more healing he'll get. Zuckery might just have to risk the biscuit and pick up the eye here. Looking for Flexing. Is Flexing getting a mending advantage? And Zuckery has no idea that that's what's going on, but he should be expecting it. Mounting up on his mount made little deal of nightmares. I'm so sorry if you have arachnophobia for this episode. And looks like Flexing is going to come out with a stun. Zuckery can't really do much about it. It's going to be as much range damage as possible. Catching him in the steel trap. I think still within range of that resonating arrow. So he can still go for range damage from afar. Still getting those kill shots. Oh, big Karma coming out for Zuckery. Maybe a perfect opportunity to recover. Does not play good Karma. So Flexing is just going to take it super easy. Wait until the kill shot comes back off cooldown. Is going to get dots back into Zuckery, throwing him nades. Needs another kill shot if he wants to finish the deal here. Big Chakrams kill shot right after, and Flexing taking him out. That was super rough right there. Into another Hunter. Hunter x Hunter. That's what we're going to have here. Beast Mastery with OG Doll running in with a Core Hound as well as a Centipede from Najatara, I guess. Again, another thing made of nightmares. Stunning Flexing immediately. Gonna be a trinket out of the Survival Hunter as the pets are empowered and ready to go. OG got himself full Beast Shell Wrath. It looks like the pets are actually doing quite a bit of damage. And looks like it's going to be a freezing trap on one of the pets as OG is playing the Night Fear. Trinkets out of that stun from the Survival as he gets into melee. We had a bit of weird lag there going on for a second. Gonna be Turtle Shell for OG for a moment. As we head into the 60% dampening, Flexing tried to get himself a bit of a recovery. OG walking all the way to the other side of the pillar. Should probably send the pets of Flexing just to do whatever damage they can. But looks like he's going to pull him back completely. Flare and Flexing is probably just going to chill. Can I get the kill commands from behind the pillar? And OG is taking a bit of that damage from the dots as well as the pet. Zapping him with the dots, throwing more grenades. Kill shot comes out and Flexing taking him out. With Seaverk being the last one left off Team 2, charging and Flexing immediately. Tries to get him out with a cone. Does get him out with a cone with a Nova immediately into a frozen orb. But there's going to be Flexing going for the Master's Call, getting himself out of that route immediately. Ray of Frost going to slow Flexing down. Does find Death for it. Going to be a big Frost Bowl with a Shatter. For Seavar going in for a big Flurry into Ice Lances back to back, trying to stop the mending bandages. It's going to be a big Comet Storm. Collapsing an avalanche upon that Hunter. Now we got even another Hunter. We got a one of every spec here. We got a Beastmaster in Survival and now a Marksman. With the Hunter's Mark on Seavark immediately. Will not be able to catch himself an Invis. Even if he think that's exactly what he was trying to do. I think he was trying to go for an Invis. Botting shot on one side, resonating on the other. Gonna be big damage on a War Grid. Still so many aim shots coming out. Kill shot almost so soon. Ice Block by Seavark. As he does get some health recovery, but it's 67% dampening. How much recovery could you really get? He does still have a second Ice Block if needed. Rapid Fire immediately as soon as he's coming out of the Ice Block, though. It's just going to do so much damage to him. Into a scatter shot of Wargrin. Gets up close with a big old aim shot. Actually going to be tricking from Seavark. Blinking away from the aim shot at the last second. Trying to deny any form of damage for Wargrin. Wargrin just needs a closer shot and Rapid Fire. That's all he needs. Seavark not even giving him a line of sight to begin with. As best as possible. Resonant Arrow coming up very, very soon, though. I can feel it. Rapid Fire. Gets Seavark super low. With this high dampening, I don't know what you can do there. Yep. Ice Block does come in. Seavark trying to make the play here. I'm glad at least he has not completely given up. I hate Hunter playstyle. Yo, the Resonant Arrow and the damage through line of sight, it is rough for sure. Seavark got himself Alter Time in case Wargrin goes on any kind of damage. Maybe Alter Time was not a bad idea. Kill shot comes in, does get Alter Time. The shield is up, but the pot comes in. Wargrin with his cooldown shouldn't be able. Yeah, there it goes. That shouldn't have too much of an issue with it. That was super unfortunate, and that was super low into dampening, though, dude. I feel like Seavark actually would have gotten so much recovery, but the thing just was crawling back up little by little for so long, dude. With all that dampening. I think it would have been basically a full heal if it wasn't that high of a dampening game. Did I do well? Yo, Isaac, it's a pretty good start, man. Pretty good first game, honestly. Boomies are tough, so don't worry about that. That's a tough one. Every single time for Boomy. 1v1, I feel like rogues don't... out the rogue doesn't really win that. Unless you kidney him on cooldown. Like, as soon as DR is off, kidney. That's so to offset his cooldowns at some point. Like, you'll eventually get him in a good kidney, get him low, punch in the damage, because there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. Alright, boys, let's get another one up and running. Yeah, Matux got my first 15 time. Let's go, dude. Which kid was it? Tyrna? Was it Tyrna? Tyrna is the easiest. Tell me, Tyrna? Tyrna. Maybe Tyrna? Tyrna is a good one, though. Tyrna is a great one to time. My first 15, I think, was a Tyrna. I'm wondering, the other side. Yeah, that's a big boy key right there, man. That's a big boy key. That's actually a big boy key. That's a top one. 5 still. Let's go, Chicago. How's Rogue supposed to kill healing classes? Wound poison helps a ton, but also you go for burst combos, right? With kidney shot, you want to make the most damage happen. You can either whittle down that class, but that's a lot harder since rogues are pretty squishy. As outlaw, I guess you could go for a double sippy cup build. I think for outlaw, it's easier against a melee class or a class that can hit you. Healing class, you usually CC the healer and kill the healing partner. But if you're talking about like a class that can heal themselves, like a hybrid, you got to catch him in that good kidney shot. You got to catch him in that good kidney shot. Maybe even use the blind one to the low. Run him to the sap. Come back with the kidney shot right after. That's all I can think of. Gouge. Gouge helps a ton too. You basically got to pressure them, not let him get a heal. And rotate your cooldowns. That's why during the kidney shot, you lock them down and get their health lower. What server are you on? I'm on Illidan, but you don't have to be on Illidan to join the duels. You can just, as long as you're on NA, man. Alliance to Horde NA, you're good to go. As much as I don't like Hunter, I like Pillar Humping. Pillar Humpers get wrecked. Oh no. Damn. Yeah, Hunters are... I mean, that's the Resident Era playstyle, right? It lets you be the ultimate kiter. You can't run away from a Hunter, but you also can't catch him because there's a pillar between you and them. Rogue's in a pretty rough spot right now. I would say Rogue's in a not a bad spot. I won't say Rogues are like super giga easy 2400, you know, maybe at the very beginning of the season was sub before the Kyrian thing got nerfed with 100% crit. Like you were just one-shotted players. You were just literally Shadow Strike, Kyrian, that's it, and Eviscerate, they'll be dead. And you have Mark for Death, Eviscerate afterwards. Like it actually is insane. Every time I play Frost, I get every single hard counter. It sucks. That's unfortunate, dude. That is unfortunate too, Mark. I do believe you on that one, though. Yeah, Frost does have a little bit harder than Fire Mage, for example. Or maybe even Arcane for 1v1. That's tough. Man, if you want to try some Arcane or Fire, you're more than welcome to, dude. Or if you want to give Frost another shot, hopefully, maybe go first, so you don't have, you know, super high dampen to deal with. That could work. The Beastmaster Hunter? Oh, come on, Harry. Come on, Harry. Why would you do that? The Potters, dude. The damn Potters. No wonder Voldemort killed them. They're just toxic parents, dude. But no, dude, come on, man. It's the first actual duel, I think. He was there last team and never got to play him. He just didn't have a chance, man. Come on, how many Beastmaster Hunters do you see? You're a mage, Harry. You're a wizard. You're a toxic wizard. I gotta do a threes in a few so I can do more. That's all good, my man. Yo, boom. Do we got another team, man? Are we gonna go over groups? Or if anybody else in the group on an A, man, let me know, boys. Let them know. What's up, Zachary? Hope you're having a good one, my man. Evil Harry, I know, right? Yeah, come on, dude. That Hunter. First of all, we've never seen that Hunter in duels before. Everybody's welcome. Yeah, everybody's welcome. All walks of life are welcome. Second, he played a game with super high giga dampening. Come on, dude. Maybe if it was one of the first few in a good matchup, you never really know. Plus, how many Beastmaster Hunters do you see in PvP? We've seen one on EU. Or was it an A? It might have been an A, actually. No, I think it was EU. Was it EU? We only seen one, dude. It's tough out there. Everybody plays survival or marksman. So playing a seeing a beast mastery try to compete, it's fun. I think it's doable. T-Rock, why don't you play Fire anymore? I think we're just trying to play some Frost for the stream. Just to see how it works. See if it's good any or if you can make it work. Popped off if damp was so high. Yeah, for real, like ice blocks, man. You know what I mean? Like that's the way they heal. Like a Fire Mage at least has cauterize, which even with high dampen, I think gives you like the full percentage health. Yeah, even with dampening, like you have yourself a nice way of healing. Arcane has the Alter Time, which also is I think denies dampening because it's percentage, like it snapshots where your health is at, and like it makes you come back, so it'll basically heal you. Gamers have been acquired. Chicago, do we have a 5-man ready to go? Because boom, got some more gamers in here. What's the best partner for arms wearing twos? Retribution or Holy Paladin? I think a Resto Shaman is also pretty good. Sam, I think the Resto Shaman will go pretty good. Or a Prop Pally. Yep. Sounds good. Let's get another boys up and running here, man. Let's go, boys. Ruins of Lordaeron. My current partner is Disc Waste. I feel like a Disc Waste is pretty okay. They do give you Dark Arc. They're just right now Holy Paladins and Resto Druids. I feel like are the easiest healers for PvP right now. They just don't run out of mana and they have lots of healing. This is good, but Holy Priest is better. Really? I played with the Disc Priest actually. I did some games with the Disc Priest. DV, are you actually gonna DV if you want to survive more? You can go for double sippy cup if you want to. Definitely go for short blind. That'll help you go for big resets. And you can go disarm, but I guess monks won't really do anything. Actually, I don't think we will go disarm here. Trickster Trade is fine, but not necessary. I think going for sprint, maybe double sippy cup would be maybe a little better. But it's up to you. You can play whatever you like though. Alright boys, let me get the duels up and running here. Let me get the new audio. Did I save that one? I don't know if I saved that other audio. I think I did actually. We're good. I think we're good. Alright, switch. We got ourselves team 2 with a couple switch ups. We got Boomasaur first up yet again. In the back we got ourselves Sarukas as Matukes and his monk. We got ourselves Name XD as Subrug with Zachary as a monk, as well as Sarah the Shadow Priest versus who's it going to be up? Not Swervy, not Flexing. Looks like it is going to be Chicago versus Boomasaur. Caster versus caster. Healer versus healer. Basically restoration versus restoration, isn't it? It's basically Resto versus Resto. Chicago exchanging some dodge. Boomasaur going in for a bit of damage himself. Fire Elemental gets rolled down, and Boomasaur making sure to top himself off. Lightning Lance coming out. It's going to box it. As he sees big damage coming out for Chicago with the Meteor. It's going to go for a bash. Big damage of his own. Chicago taking lots of damage to the face, walling this damage up. Cyclone trying to come up for Boomasaur, taking lots of damage. Looks like it's not going to be an interrupt, but Chicago does have a trinket. Choosing not to burn it here. Could go for some big damage from Boomasaur afterwards. Have a massive Primordial Bolt set up and ready to go. Another Cyclone trying to come out of Chicago. Looks like he does catch it. Just regrows back to the back inside of the Cyclone, trying to keep himself alive. Looks like it's going to be big zaps available for Chicago. Boomasaur goes for a roar. And there goes the Frenzied Region, catching up on all the health. Went for Incarnation as early as possible. Stunned. Rolls in, doing some damage into Boomasaur, who does have Bark Skin. Gonna be an interrupt by Chicago, missing it. Boomasaur goes for Convoke the Spirits after he got a kick out of Chicago. Looks like Boomasaur was out of form for that Convoke, so he ended up mostly healing himself because it does treat him like a restoration druid. Chicago does get locked out on fire, but still able to cast those self heals, and as long as the Earth Shield is available, they should be good to go. Boom, and Chicago just exchanging some mage cast blows. It looks like Chicago is walking a boom, maybe cooking something up. Lightning Lance is available. Primordial Bolt is ready and cooking. Lava Burst coming out. Do they have a grounding? The Lava Burst go through, but Boomasaur takes barely any damage from there. Does go for a massive reheal though. With Raz to follow to get himself an Eclipse. Is going to go for a bash. Does need to get back into moving form ASAP. Try to get those Starfires rolling. Cyclone yet again. Chicago will not interrupt that Cyclone. Chicago will not interrupt it. Hasn't used grounding yet, but again, maybe Chicago's like, you know what? I'm at full health. I think I'm okay. I think I'll be fine. The only thing it does is allow Boomasaur to catch up a little bit on health. Stormkeeper available. Lasso into Boomasaur. Does have the Bark Skin back up. And Chicago, does he have Primordial Bolt available too? Zaps into Boomasaur. Does go for a roar. Big Frenzy Regen comes out. Chicago's just going to have to let that self-heal happen here. Does land a Primordial Bolt. Maybe a big Lava Burst could be set up with the Boomasaur. Trying to go for Cyclone. Trying to get a juke kick out of Chicago. Does go for the Lava Burst, but looks like it doesn't give the biggest procs ever. Boom. Does have himself some more damage available. Big Laser Beam and Eclipse is set up, but Lava Bursts are hurting quite a bit. Trying to let a Cyclone trinkets out of that lasso. Cyclone does not connect. Gets interrupted on it. Frenzied Region maybe gets super low with that. Oh my god. With the meatball spaghetti pasta. Lots and lots of damage there. Chicago getting hit with a solar beam, locking him out on nature. Could be pretty bad, but does have the Ursula Legendary letting him heal up. And Boomasaur going for so many regrowths. Meteor does slam on his face, trying to go for another reclone on Chicago. Might be able to dive into another Eclipse. Going for one Wrath, two Wraths. Big Primordial Blast set up by Chicago. Probably going to knock Boomasaur out. Does go for a roar. Clutch roar into a Barrel Form Bark Skin free heal available. Chicago looks like holding out the Lava Burst for now if they have one. And username with the dono. Thank you so much, my man. Yo, can we get a hashtag username in chat? Showing appreciation for one for dono, my guy. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, my dude. Shared a duels video. Oh, he shared the live stream. Thank you so much, my dude. Can we get a hashtag user boys for that 10 buck dono? Thank you so much, my man. Appreciate you for that wonderful, beautiful, generous dono of 10 bones. 10 big bones, my man. Thank you. Hashtag username, boys. Hashtag username to show appreciation. Chicago, though, back with Boomister, still tossing it out. Primordial ball set up. Boomister got that incarnation ready. Maybe it could be big damage out of both of them. Boomister getting kicked on nature. Cannot heal himself, but can still do lots of damage. Locking Chicago out on a nature spell. Loud and big convoke while available. Chicago surviving majority of that convoke damage. Boomister still has incarnation available if necessary. Cyclone and Chicago catching up massive heals. And Chicago does have a wall. Incarnation is still available for Boomister. Can still make something happen here. Big Star Surges out of Chicago, but look like one of the Star Surges literally healed Chicago. That's how good that Earthshield Legendary is. It's actually nuts. He literally Star Surged him and Chicago's health just went up. I really would want to slow down that footage. I really want to slow that down when we get a chance. Freeze frame it for the stream video because that was just insane. They want to self-heal. Now we finally get into dampening. Maybe this is where Boomister might be able to make a play because the self-heal out of the shaman is huge. Lava bursts are also really, really scary. Does ground that Cyclone. That's going to be regrowth for Boomister. Tries to go for a knockback on the Chicago. Cyclone does land it. It looks like he does decimate a totem immediately. So this comes out with a Star Surge. I don't know if it was a stun totem or whatnot, but he nuked it immediately. Root on Chicago with a silence does get himself some freebie damage. Not Root does apply a slow to Chicago, which is actually pretty good. Playing a Night Fae, you can get a buff, I think, from the Dream Warden, the pod Soulbind. Oh, big lava lightning! Oh, what is that lightning lasted damage? What? Oh my God, what was that? That lightning lasted did a lot. Did a crit 100%. What did Chicago do? Did you pop a trinket with that thing? Oh my God. As I was saying, the Soul Warden or the Warden Soulbind does allow you when you CC the enemy, when they come out of that CC, they also are slowed up to 90% for like 2 seconds, rapidly decaying. So if you root somebody in a silence and then they walk out of the root or it breaks 2 damage, they'll still be silenced because they're slowly walking out of that root. So it gives you like that extra 2 seconds of them being silenced. It also dips quite low. Friends in Regen is online though. He has himself a heal. Big roar into Chicago. It looks like he's just looking to get the hell out of there. Chicago still has a massive zap ready in his hands. And that's going to be Boomister chilling at half his health. Trying to get an interrupt on Cyclone. Looks like he did juke the kick. Grounded Children comes out immediately. Looks like Boomister does auto attack it as soon as he can. It looks like it's going to be knockback on the Cyclone. Chicago doesn't really have an answer for this. Does get himself a bit of a Fleshcraft. I think try to maybe see if he can get a kick out of Boomister using Fleshcraft just now. Lightning Lasso. Boomister takes a bit of that damage. That lasso hurts as the 2 casters separate from each other for just a mere moment. Chicago getting hit with a bash. Boomister got himself some cooldowns. Rolling Trinket is available. Star Surges are flying. And does get a juke out of Chicago. Going for Convoke the Spirits. Actually ends up attacking, wrathing the rest of the team and healing himself a lot. Another Cyclone. He needs to make sure he's in a boomy form for that Convoke. Otherwise, it's mostly going to try to use Resto abilities. Because that could have been a massive, massive setup. But he did catch up on heals, I guess. Trinket out of the lassos. Boomister dips quite low. Does Chicago have a massive Primordial board set up? It's going to be another Cyclone. It is quite short. Does Boomister have anything left here? Knocking back the Stormkeeper for a moment. Does get a silence out of Chicago. Going for Star Surges back to back. Trying to make the damage happen. Wrathing for the power. But Chicago so far is just doing so okay on healing. It looks like Chicago got... Did Chicago get knocked back for a second? Or was that Boomister getting knocked back? I think it was Chicago with a Thunderstorm, but it looked like Chicago is the one that kind of went backwards for a second there. Weird. Is Boomister new to Druid? I don't remember if Boomister played much Druid in BFA. But I think that's a new alt for him, so he might not be super geared. And he's going up against Chicago, who's basically a restoration with that legendary, you know what I mean? But he's doing really well. He's keeping up with the Joneses, if anything. And that's one thing as a fairly newish class you can do, is keep up with the Joneses. Got him some massive friends in Regen, that's topping him. With a bit of a roar in Chicago with a Cyclone Raft. I think he's trying to see if he can force a trick out of Chicago at some point. Once you trick it out of him with a Cyclone, he might be able to just control the shaman for a good portion of his damage. Big Lightning Lasso with the big burst from the Fire Elemental. Boomister trying to deny the Fire Ellie any damage, trying to land inside it. And also trying to see if he can run away from Chicago. Does silence him for a second. Needs to get himself a bit of a heal. And Friends of Region is not available for the time being. Regrowths are available though. Dipping away from... Oh, almost dipped away from the Counter-Strike Totem. for capacitor totem. Another cyclone Chicago. Is that going to be a trinket? Looks like Bulbasaur does continue to maintain himself for now. 23% dampener 8 minutes into this duel. And this is going to be quite rough here for the two. For Bulbasaur, it's quite rough. For Chicago, so far, has been quite survivable. Lasso onto Bulbasaur. It is very short, so it is super hard. And Chicago is going to get a knockback onto the Boomy, knocking out that Nature Cast. Big Frenzy Region coming out for Bulbasaur. Doesn't let the Frenzy Region tick out fully. Does go for Regal Spam immediately. And has a lot of resources available. He actually could make something happen here. Big zaps from Chicago. Bulbasaur takes a bit of damage himself. Trying to get the dots up and running in Chicago. Massive Earthshock to follow. Barkskin could come out here for Boom. Does Chicago have any kind of setup here? He's just running circles around him. I think trying to get a proc of abilities. Trying to go for Lava Burst. Does he get the proc? Looks like Lava Burst never really made it through. Like Lasso does force a chicken out of Bulbasaur and is going to go for it. Grounding Totem to stop the cycle for a second. Also, does Chicago use the Fleshcraft to immune? I do wonder. They're playing the Fleshcraft immune ability. I actually am interested in that. Another Cyclone Chicago as Bulbasaur trying to go for a bit of a clone. Another Cyclone as he's looking for that recovery. 20 seconds on an Incarnation. He might be able to make a big play with that Incarn in just a bit. Has probably Convoke available very, very soon. Barkskin for that Lasso, but that Lasso is just deadly at this point. 10 minutes into this duel, 31% damper. It does have Thorns. Maybe to get Chicago to try to purge him. Spend a global doing that. Cyclone yet again. He is the Cyclone master at this point, dude. Cyclone X with Bulbasaur. But he does have Incarnation coming up very, very soon. Chicago, it does have Zaps in their hands. That's going to be invincible. Bulbasaur might just be able to AFK the Lightning the whole time. Because that is a bit of damage that you can just kind of wait out if possible. Regen some health while he's at it. While in stealth. What? I think Chicago tried to chain lightning in case Bulbasaur is there. I don't think he tried to hit the whole team. I think he tried to hit the chain lightning on the team in case Bulbasaur is there. It didn't look like chain lightning really did a lot of damage to that team, so I'm not gonna fault it for that, I guess. That was weird. I take offense to that. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, you guys did get lightning. Don't kill him though. No, what are you doing? You guys didn't die. That's the most important part. It's not like he killed you or put you to half health. I think he was just really just trying to look for Boom in case Boom is in a room. Maybe chain lightning will bounce to him or something. That's literally, I think, what he's trying to do. But yeah, Chicago, that was a pretty weird move. Boomers are getting quite low though. Lava bursts are making their way like a lasso. And it's going to be Seed Pod. Chicago should have plenty of damage. They got a whole... Nope, the elemental's gone. But the zaps are there. He's getting resources. Oh, I guess that's right. Yeah, let's just not have Shamans chain lighting the team. That is resources. Yeah, let's not do that. Big damage onto Chicago though, as Name XD just ends that duel so quickly. With DV Pox going to be up next trying to get a sap on a name. As he is trying to get himself an opener versus a sub-rogue. Definitely needs one as an outlaw. He needs some kind of an advantage here because this is going to be otherwise rough. Cheap shot coming out. DV Pox goes in for a full finisher. Killing spree coming out right after in the opener. Getting named to about half his health. Trying to turn around to DV Pox with a stun. Does human racial outer blind to follow. And DV doesn't even run Relentless anymore. I think he's one full aggressive trinkets this time. And Name should be able to get a sap here. DV without Relentless is going to make it a little bit tougher for him to survive this opener. Especially if Name... I mean, Name normally would have to go for a month for that kidney with the Relentless, but now he has to go for cheap shots. And that's going to give him plenty of damage. That 100% crit is working for... My goodness, Name just got so much damage. Oh, he's making a name for himself. Eventually, it's not going to be Name XD. It's going to be like actual, like... Burst XD or Shadow Strike XD or Vis XD. Making a name for himself. Damn, that was a lot of damage though. Who's up next? Is it going to be Flexing? We got ourselves a game with pretty high dampening though. So no healing available against the sub-rogue? Yeah, good luck. Look at the pet almost saw Flexing. He is hanging out next to Name, or Name is hanging out next to Flexing. Is going to go for another sap. Opening with a Shadow Strike immediately. Kyrian, Flexing is going to drop a Freezing Trap on him. That's what happens when you don't cheap shot the target. And now Name has a Hunter's Mark on him. Might have to click a Shadows it off. Is going to Vanish Cloak. Flare. He knows not to walk into it. Shadow Strikes into a knockback. Shadow Step is available though. Trying to make the most damage happen here. Stun onto the rogue Flexing. Trying to make the most damage happen here though with his cooldowns. Name trinkets out of it. Resonating shot. Should be able to maybe get no damage to Name. Does go for a self heal. Evasion is available. Turtle does come out for Flexing. Does have the pet attack in Name though. If the pet can somehow get next to Name and get a kill shot in, kill command in there. He does have Hunter's Mark on him still. No, can't catch a proper reset. And Name might be in a really bad spot. needs to get a stone onto flexing 100%. Flexing has a trinket though. So name needs a miracle here. Nope. A miracle just didn't happen. Just almost got a miracle. So close for a miracle. He had a really... That was a rotten start against the Hunter. That was a rotten start. Man. Survival is not a meme? No. Survival is actually pretty good. Maybe in PvE I could see it's a meme. Outlet has no damage? Oh, come on, dude. He only messed up the trinket by a little. That's all. There's a blind and reset from a sub with 100% crit. Outlet, I feel like you should run a PvE trinket if you want to go for the bursty setup, but you definitely can do damage. I think I would go for the full Mark for Death Kindred shot on the Orc Rogue if you want to do the damies. Or maybe you get a Mark for Death Slice, cheap shot, so you have your auto attacks, because autos do quite a lot of damage. That's mastery procs. Doing killing speed, that's also mastery procs and killing speed damage. It actually can do okay. I don't know about you, but it actually can do okay. And if you run, I guess I did say don't run disarm because you have a lot of monks, but if you do run disarm against a rogue, you can disarm if he tries to go on you. It's so good. It's flexing though, try to get some dots on the Zachary as it comes out of that camel. Wait it out a little bit longer. We are at 60% dampening. There's going to be Resident Shot. Zachary does go for a trinket in cap. Leg sweep onto flexing. Does have a trinket for it. Knocking Zachary back. Disengage it away. Walks him back through a Resident Arrow. Gonna be that karma. Does he play the good karma though? It looks like he isn't. Ring of Peace. Not playing good karma. So flexing essentially just needs to survive this karma and he might be good to go, but I don't know. In death for a second, does throw traps on the Zachary. He's trying to slow him down, trying to whittle him away. Zachary does some massive ability, disengaging away. Does he get the damage? Kill shot is all you need. There's a bit more. No, the grenade and I think a kill shot connected together. And they just did a damage all at once. Zachary gonna be the Surikas up next. Trinkets out of that trap. And Flexing doesn't have a stun by the looks of it. Disengage, not available. That's gonna be touch of death. Taking him out before he has a chance. Swervy up next. The Paladin rolling in on a big old chicken. Surika's going in for some cooldowns here. Hodge can't really answer because he tricketed it earlier. I guess a trap. Does he have a karma here? That's so close. Diffuse into a karma. Could be a bubble out of Swervy. Swervy does bubble, but super late. Does take out the monk though. That's a rough one. Sarah is going to be the last one left against a paladin who just pressed bubble. So she'd be able to actually do something here. I think he actually wins. Mind games. Swervy bubble does pop into Void Sword. Nothing can do at the end. Oh. That Shadow Priest domination. Good changes that they did for this expansion of the Shadow Priest. Wargren playing the marksman is going to be able to get a proper open on Sarah. Sarah does have Greater Fade. Proper use of Greater Fade can deny the damage for a Wargren. He's playing Survival, changing it up for us instead of Marksman. So actually lots of damage from Survival. With the dodge, you can't really Greater Fade those. Freeze drop into Sarah while low. Trying to clean Sarah as best as he can. Into a trap. Throwing in the Eagles. Shadow Mist coming out for the Shadow Priest though, but it's going to be more traps and more dots set up on Wargren. And the healing is very, very limited. Having to go for a Disperse, this is going to be very, very reduced. But he's using the Disperse to get close to the Hunter to maybe get a fear on him. Maybe a stun. He does need to go for some kind of CC and maybe even damage himself. Definitely needs DPs. Probably should hit the pet. Trying to see if he can clip the pet with a dot. It looks like it's not going to happen. Definitely needs some healing. Definitely needs healing, but also needs damage on Wargren. The DP is all he needs. The pet almost walking over. Wargren making sure to sink the pet back immediately. Setting them traps on both sides. It looks like Sarah's just going to go down the middle. Stun onto Wargren. Is that going to be a trinket? No trinket available for the Hunter, actually. Sarah does get the dots. Fear onto Wargren. PI available. Silence on Wargren. Trying to go for a Mind Games. Looks like the Mind Games is going to hit Turtle Shell. Denies hitting Mind Games into a Turtle. And looks like this should be A-okay for now. Damage still being taken, though. Oh, not even Greater Fate saved him. Did he get clipped by that? Yeah, I think he walked on top of the pillar, or on top of the tombstone, and got clipped by Resident Arrow just by a hair. Just by a hair. You know what I mean? By a hair. Mystical Turtle? That's all good, man. That's all good. That's a rough one, honestly. 70% damp? Yeah, that definitely makes the games even harder, too. 70% dampening definitely makes games harder, honestly. Definitely makes it tougher. Much, much tougher, boys. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another one up and running here, yeah? Let's get another one up and running, boys. Boom, let me know when you have a group. Chicago, let me know when you have a group. I was gonna go and update my addons real quick. I feel like we're getting some random drops in there. Random blips. And sometimes that has to be with add-ons. Got 5 gamers. Chicago, let me know when you have 5 gamers. Let me know, my dude. Let me know. I'm just gonna go and update my add-ons real quick to make sure if there's any stutters, we take care of them. Big wigs, details, exorcist, ERT. Did ERT finally get an update for the current game version? I guess it did. Although this guy shouldn't be running. Actually, let me go disable all the add-ons on this. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that yet. Yeah, we're just gonna keep it as is. Most the same group, but one new guy, and I'm new class. Sounds good. Chicago, let me know when you're ready. We'll get you back in here, fam. Chicago invite, please. Yo, let's go, dude. Hope we'll see some monster arms warrior today. Yo, we haven't been getting too much variety. It's only mostly 2 groups, but there are 2 groups that want to duel each other. We haven't seen a warrior so far in those groups yet, though. Like, that's what I mean. Like the random blips. Random blips. Loading screen. Oh, good. You're good. Let me do a reload. I'm actually disable my add-ons here. Yeah, I'm just gonna disable all of them on this tune, and I do have the macro ready to go. You will have to re-whisper me. I'm still using the but yeah, I'm using the ultimate form soulbind thingy. Oh, okay, so you are using the immunity to CC. That is actually really cool. Sorry for the coughs, boys. Sorry for the coughs. Yeah, I was actually thinking like you bought a cyclone and you started casting it. I'm like, oh, he didn't get CC'd. Must have been maybe grounded to him, and then later it clicked in me in my head. It was like, maybe he's actually doing something else. I like it. The hunter is nice. Yeah, they did pretty good. Flexing is pretty good, unless you talk about the other one. Palanster, we got a slight switch up on team 1. I like it. I like it. So for the Cowboys. Alrighty, switch. We got a slight shake up on each team as we just travel through the universe. We got us a sneaky as a Boomy with Fear Lord Booster coming in as a Shadow. He's gonna show us how to blow people's minds with Mind Blast. Suracrus as a monk. We got Name XD as a rogue, and Zachary as another monk. Where's the team 1? We got us a slight switch up with Palanster. My man looking like a chess piece, dude. Looking like the bishop piece. But as a pal, we got a flexing cutie here as well as Wargren. More survival with Wargren, by the looks of it. Got us a Swervy, and we got us a Chicago. I do like the Maki gut going on. Just bones upon bones upon bones. Are you trying to be Mary Poppins? Is that what's going on? You're Mary Poppins. You did it. Flexing gonna be first up. It looks like versus Zachary, setting up traps for him on around every corner. Zachary is gonna have to go the long way around, and Flexing looking to meet him with some dots off the bat, cleaning him of all the buffs that Zachary has. I don't really know what buffs he would get. I guess the Fear Lord priest buff, right? I guess he would clear that one. Zachary, though, trying to make the most damage happen here, but Flexing backing it up, though. I guess Zachary does have Resonant Shot. You will not be able to do much without Vilfa. I could harpoon and interrupt you. That's going to be Karma on the pet, as he actually is in a kill shot range already. It looks like Zachary is still playing hand. Are you still Ring of Peace? I don't think he's good Karma. I think he's still Ring of Peace. Flexing is going to get disarmed, though, by Zachary. Changing up challenge just slightly. He's going to get a Trinket out of that freezing trap. Flexing could go for a big go next unavailable. Does harpoon to Zachary to keep him rooted for a second. Nades flying kill shot probably coming out very, very soon. Lexi comes out. Flexing chooses to trinket. Maybe a little late. Maybe a little late. Probably could have saved that trinket because it looked like the dots on the pet were doing work to Zachary. I actually just kited him around. I know it sounds super fun. Kind of annoying when hunters just kite you around, but a good hunter will do you like that. Yeah, that was nutty, Zach. It was actually nuts, dude. That was nuts. I get kited by them as rogue all the time, dude. It's rough out there, man. It's rough. Plus, when they are becoming, dude, yeah, no, with hunters, man. Survival, they just can't get in melee. They're pretty squishy. They actually just have to be in range. As a melee class in PvP, you basically do so much range, it's not even funny. Roots are the flexing as well as the pet. It's so weird to watch those roots kind of grow from under the chains. It is weird. It actually looks kind of mildly creepy. And you can just see the actual roots just growing from the ground. But it's nice attention about Blizzard for detail. Sneaky, not only look at all that good. Massive Convoke available, trying to make the burst happen. It looks like he's bursting into the pet. That Rapture is down for the count, trying to revive a pet. I'm Flexing, looking maybe for a reset. Trap available for Sneaky. Does he throw a freezing trap on him? Probably next trap might be a freezing. Nope, steel trap. Has a trick for it if he wants to know. Power shifting out of it, actually. Why did I think he would have to freeze and trap it? Dots is still up with the Flexing. Wait, no, they're not. Feign death it. And he's gonna get himself a pet. He threw down a rain starfall, trying to see if he can get flexing out. Looks like he's picking up the eye. Flexing still hasn't gotten the pet. That's actually so good for Sneaky right now. Actually keeping flexing down. Is he gonna go for another pet revival? If Sneaky can get over there quickly, yeah, it looks like he's gonna get the pet. Unless Sneaky can somehow just sprint over there. It looks like that is a pet available for flexing. Getting that utility from the pet is gonna go for that stun onto Sneaky with a resonator and arrow. Lots of damage through the wall, and Sneaky can go for thorns, but that's really about all he can do. Trying to see if he can get himself out of that tar trap, but he keeps constantly slowing him while he's inside of it. Can't even power shift out of the tar trap. Just makes it that much harder for a druid to get out of it. With flexing going for a quick feint death, getting so much range damage with Sneaky. Just sees the kill shots as the trap set up, so he has nowhere to go. It looks like flexing is gonna hunt him down. Rexar will be proud. And name. What do I call him? Name meme. Trinket auto name turtle shell for flexing. Perfect turtle usage there. A name looking for a bit of a reset. Has Hunter's Mark on him. Does stun the pet. That's going to be traps around the corner. And name still has that Hunter's Mark. Is he going to send the pet at him? Because Rogue has no trinket. This could be really bad for him. He's sending the pet. Shadow Step. He's only a Shadow Step away. Might just turn the damage and attention to the pet. Looks like he's going to backstab it for a couple common points. It looks like it's going to be a Harpoon by flexing. Freezing Trap on a name. Name could have a lot of damage. Flexing has a trinket though for this next stun. Stuns Name, not let him go anywhere. Trying to make as much damage happen as he can right now. Vanish comes out with the Cloak of Shadows. Flare is available. The pet is still... How did the pet get an auto attack while he vanished? What is that? What was that? Was that the Resonator shot? Is that what happened? Camo available for flexing. Looks like both of them are going to catch a reset. Name did trinket. Does have evasion. Cloak of Shadows not available. Vanish not available. Does have... Shadow Blades, Shadow Duel, which I don't think would help you here. And at least one... Oh, he's playing one-shotter dance? Is he going for the big one-shotter? The big one-shot build, huh? The massive one-shot. Actually just nuking people, huh? It looks like he does get caught in the trap. Flare right next to him, so close, but he knows he's in a flare. He knows he's in a flare. Or in a trap. Freezing trap. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Does flexing have a stun? If flexing has a stun, that'll be all kinds of BM. Oh, he shadow striked him. Going for a shadow strike. Resonating shot. Should be able to get some damage in the cheap shot. Does come out by the rogue. Stun onto the rogue though. Lots of damage out of flexing with that resonating. Blinds the pet. It's just taking so much damage to the face. Sipping cup available. He has one curing cup in one hand. Normal rogue sipping cup in the other. Just chugging him, dude. Chugging him. Catches over a restyle for just a quick second. Kiddish out of flexing. He does have spirit sack available. It's pet sack up. Name Shadow Step at 2. Flex it. Try to get the damage in. Freezing Trap stops him. He's so close to taking the Hunter out. He's so close every time. He's still holding on to evasion though. Trinkets out of there. Shadow Strikes to flexing. Evasion is available if he wants it. Does he have Shadow Steps? Looks like steps are not. Oh, Shadow Step is available. Kidney Shot comes out. Dance is available. Does he Shadow Blades with it? Doesn't even need it. I think he has him there. Oh my god. Name. Who are you? Who are you? It looks like Swerve is going to be up next. Hodge? I don't think Name is making it out of there, man. He went in for the big all. Not much you can really do in that situation. That's what happens sometimes. Swerve does take him out with a big old set of wings. Big dammies. It looks like Fear Lord X is going to be next up. He still has plenty of people to go through. That's still 4 people on the enemy team. After Flexy just came in and flexed on these boys. Going to be a Void Torn onto Swerve. Lots of damage onto the Pala. Blind onto Fear Lord. Let's try to make sure not to heal himself too much with a mind game. Swapping up. He got himself a bear hat. I like the bear hat. Massive spell around the corner onto Fear Lord. Didn't massive spell the bubble, but he did dispel something. Interesting. Interesting. I thought he was going to go for Dispel and Bubble, almost expecting it, but I think he'll just try to dispel himself with a buff. Fear Lord does have the max range of Swerve, trying to see if he can Shadow Crash him around the corner. Swerve does get himself a better angle, better position around the boxes. Big Mamba's coming out for Fear Lord X. With a Greater Fate, in case Swerve is going to go for any stun or damage, he did go for at least one Last Verdict. I think it's Last Verdict, right? Temple's Verdict, Last Verdict, Final Verdict. There's so many verdicts of Paladins, dude. They're just judging people. Judgmental. Just a little. Gonna be a fear on to Swerve as to try to find where he was. Massive Void Torrent just gets him so low. Cannot kill himself with the mind games. And that's gonna be Fear Lord X. Try to see if he can port in there up close. Boomasaur, otherwise known as Fear Lord X, or those known as Boomy Boom, otherwise known as Boomer, or Boomer for Rogue. Lots of damage survey. One. Oh, he does recover quite a massive heal. Big heal just now. Massive crit from that. Lay on hand, not lay on hands. Word of glory. Might as well be laying hands, honestly. It's still pretty strong. It's pretty good. It's still pretty good. It got nerfed, but it's still pretty good. Fear Lord trying to see if he can deal with the damage. Swervy getting those DPs stacked up, racked up. Gonna be another Void Torn while Void Form is up. That's extra damage. Swervy taking lots of damage himself. Stun, trinket out for Fear Lord X immediately. As Swervy getting super low. It looks like he does get locked out with a Shadow Word Death. Just sends him to his doom. Who's up next? Is it Chicago? Oh, it looks like it is gonna be Chicago versus Fear Lord X. Looks like it is gonna be Chicago. Up next, basically healer versus Fear Lord. Got a lot of damage behind him. Lots of damage there. And he's going to give Chicago an opportunity to at least get behind the pillar. Not going to dot him up or anything as the honorable duels go. Nice nether drake, by the way, Chicago. How long did it take for you to farm it? Must have been a while, huh? Vamp. Oh, I was thinking Vamp Touch is going to come out for Fear Lord X, but looks like it's not going to happen. Into a Sky Fury. It should be lots of damage. Sounds like Chicago. Did they go for Trinket? Looks like it's going to be Mind Games in case Chicago tries to go for damage. And if Chicago does any kind of healing, they're just going to take damage from it. Does that legendary actually end up healing you through the dots and it helps for doing damage to you? I think it actually might be better for Fear Lord X because Chicago's legendary heals him for a ton. And it procs even off of dots with the Earth Shield. And it's quite huge. Fear on Chicago immediately does have Breach Tremor Totem available. That is nutty. Fear Lord does get hit with a last, so could disperse it if he needs to. 24% dampening. Needs to be very, very careful when he does it. Stun into Chicago, try to get the basic dots up and running. He gives himself a bunch of DPs in order to start regenerating a lot of his health and doing some damage back to Chicago. It looks like he's going to be in a really good spot. Trying to door with shadows next to Chicago. I don't know if he's playing the CC version of that ability. Taking out the totem immediately. Did Chicago try to go for a bit of a Flashcraft? Or was that a Primordial Bolt? I feel like I couldn't tell if it was one or the other. Oh, I think it's Primordial Bolt. That was a Fleshcraft then for a second. I think he tried to go immunity because he does have the immunity to CC with Fleshcraft, which is nutty. Like last on to Fear Lord, he does choose to disperse this. Dampen is getting higher, so he better recover on health. Coming out of that disperse. Oh, there goes Fleshcraft. I guess it might have been a proc of Primordial last time then. That's what it might have been. So this Fleshcraft immunity, now that Chicago has enough renown in order to get it, the final form, it's actually an interesting ability. It gives you CC immunity while you channel it and for 4 seconds after you finish channeling. Gonna be Mind Games onto Chicago. It looks like that heal is actually gonna end up hurting him a lot. Big Void Torrent. Wait, oh my goodness. He used the healing legendary against the shaman with the Mind Games. The healing legendary just like, I gotta heal you. You're low on health. I have to heal you. And you're like, no, don't heal me. I'm in Mind Games. You're gonna hurt me. Bubble coming out for the Paladin. Big port available for Fear Lord X. Gain some distance. But he doesn't really have a lot of damage. And Paladin is just lagging all over the screen. Fear Lord, is he going to be okay? Try to shot him in. Looks like the Paladin fell off the platform a couple times now. Try to shot him in through the damage. PI is available. Mind Control is trying to MC Paladin store off of here. Live in it for a second. Oh my god. He's just trying to get cooldowns back. Shadow Man's. Does he have mobility? Mount up maybe? Greater Fate available very, very soon. NECC does get a stun on Palanster. Stun, trinkets out of it. Any mobility, Greater Fate is available. Does get a fear into Palanster. Is going to go for Mind Games in case Palanster goes for healing himself or damage to Fear Lord. He's going to hurt himself in confusion. I actually almost just dotted him up and melted him. Crazy. Fear Lord does go for a self heal. He has all the defenses back up. He lived it long enough to get some CDs back, which is actually massive here. Trying to see if he might be able to close this game out. He still have Surakas, which I have a hard time with your name, Atux, on that monk. I have a hard time name with that. I don't know why. It's going to be... Ooh, the Paladin is just lagging all over the place. That's what happens when you hit him with a mind control. They kind of like desync a little. It just looks weird. I think also Fear Lord sees it weird as well. Stun into Palanster. He's trying to make some damage happen. Mamba's coming out with a Void Torrent to follow. Palanster can't stop it. Oh my god. And Worgren isn't going to give Fear Lord X an opportunity to recover here. Immediate disperse as Worgren got some damage. That disperse barely taken in. It's taken in by a hangnail trying to heal Fear Lord. That disperse barely did much. Vampiric Embrace right after, just getting rotated, trying to live until he can get himself Greater Fate. Fear getting tricking it out for Warcraft. Does Fear Lord have a stun available sometime soon? Looks like he doesn't just yet. Just trying to live this as best as possible. Shadow Crash trying to make whatever dot damage he can. Single target damage to heal him a little bit. Shadow Men's are coming out. Warcraft could interrupt him. Freezing Trap comes out instead. And he does have Greater Fate. Try to steal or remove whatever buffs Fear Lord has. Has Greater Fate if necessary. Stun onto Wargren. Can go for Shadowman, maybe even dot him up. Just going for Shadowmans instead. Needs those Shadowmans. I wonder if you're running the Shadowman Lego. Would you run the Shadowman Lego as a Shadow Priest? Or a Flash Heal Lego, I guess? Flash of Light Lego? Or no, Flash Heal. Right? Maybe? One or the other. I know it's like very similar to what a Paladin does, but not exactly the same. Gonna be Wargren dropping down, Resonant Arrow, gonna be Great Fate for Fear Lord. Trying to deny whatever damage he can to Wargren is gonna get himself a port out of there. Still gonna get tagged by those dots and maybe even nades around the corner. Stun with the pet around the corner. Gonna be Fear Lord trinket out of it. Trying to get some dots happen. Fear onto Wargren. Might be perfect here. Does some mind games and Wargren is gonna feign death, removing all those. Oh, the Shadow Crash does get him out though, but he does remove all those negative effects from Fear Lord X as he does go for a massive PI there. Wargren just trying to keep sealing all the buffs off him. Remove the PI, just taking it off. Gonna be stunned Wargren. Massive Void Shorten. Could be big damage. Wargren does go for feign death. Turtle as well as Manic Bennett trying to get himself as much recovery as he can. Fear Lord also trying to go for as much recovery as he can. Shadowmans are actually looking very strong right now for Fear Lord. Wargren is in a tough spot right now. Disperse of Fear Lord's got cooldowns back. Wargren does have CC, does have camo, does have... Oh, no camo for a bit. Manic bandages are up, though. At 53% damage, it's going to be tough. Especially Fear Lord catching up and having such short CDs and cooldowns. Basically 1.5 minutes for all of them, if not most of them. I think, actually, maybe the longest one is your Vampiric Embrace, but I think it's even nerfed by, like, 175. 1.75 CD. Disperse immediately as the burst comes out. Still sticking on his mount. As Fear Lord's just gonna bail out of there with Wargren doing all these damages. He's gonna press disperse, put it on cooldown ASAP, recover in health a little bit, make sure he's buffed up and ready to go. As Wargren catches camo, does not get caught out. But that was his burst just now. He's gonna throw a steel trap onto Fear Lord. Should be able to create some line of sight, trying to make sure the pet doesn't get tagged. The pet is gonna get tagged. Super unfortunate. VT coming out, does go for feign death, but looks like Fear Lord that's up the pet instead of the hunter. And those Shadowmans are still huge. Freezing trap around the corner. Does Fear Lord walk into it? He just might. 59% dampener. Still continue to Shadowman. Is going to run through all those traps. Unstoppable. This is a risky move right now to burn through all those traps while Greater Fate is up. It means he won't have a Greater Fate defensively. Is going to go for a Fear onto Fear Lord X. Getting those dots up and running. Wargren does trick it out of that Fear. Trying to attack Fear Lord with dots of his own. Does Wargren have cooldowns coming up very soon? Might have some. Freezing trap on the Fear Lord is gonna burn a trick of his own. So next time Wargren goes for a stun, there's no Greater Fate, there's no nothing. Try to doorway of shadows around the corner. Wargren does get some damage in. Stun by Fear Lord X. Mind games with the Wargren early. Stuns Fear Lord and trying to get some damage, which is gonna, I guess, heal Fear Lord a little bit. But he might as well go for as much damage as possible. Does go for disrupting that mending bandage with a Shadow Crusher around the corner. PI available. And that's a Shadow Fiend attacking Wargren in the back. There's just a lot of free damage for Fear Lord. I don't know if Wargren can come back from here. If he does, I feel like there might be an opportunity with a turtle coming up very soon. He actually maybe could. Wait, it potentially could. It's a tough one. It's a tough mountain to climb, but he might just do it. He totally could. Shadow Crasher around the corner is taking those free hits though. The pet runs out, gets dotted, giving free sanity for Fear Lord for all those DPs into Wargren, poking out to do some damage. But Fear Lord's health also dipping down quite slowly but surely. The pet is actually doing a lot of that work. Does walk into the trap. I think he needs to get that interrupt on Shadow just to lock him out. Disperse is available for Fear Lord again. Wargren still hanging in there somehow, some way. Into a camo, might be able to get himself quite a good bit of recovery. Oh, not even close. Not actually, kind of close. Kind of close. But Wargren does get himself a safe recovery there. Or maybe even has trap set up. Trap on one set of the eyes. Actually, none of the eyes are up. None of the eyes are up. And based on where the traps are, I think Fear Lord should be able to see those traps since he's dropping him camo. And he should be able to know, like, oh, he's probably around the box. Stun into Resonant Shot, has Disperse immediately. Look at that healing from Disperse though. It barely doing much. Against even that grenade, against the Wildfire Bomb, it's barely healing him. Barely doing the work. He's gonna get dots on that pet. Looks like the pet is just gonna take damage. The pet is having a hard time getting around the waterfall. It goes a real long way, giving Fear Lord a lot of sanity to set up. And gonna force Wargren to pull the pet back and having to heal it. Making sure the pet doesn't die just for free. Fear Lord walking up, trinket available if he wants to. I think he's gonna wait for the next stun out of Wargren to get a setup. It's gonna be Steel Trap. Just waiting patiently. Gonna be manning bandage for Wargren. Could be anyone's game, boys. Could be anyone's game. I never thought of mind games confusion for Pokemon. I mean, it's basically a lot like confusion. It hurt itself in its confusion. It tried to attack, but then it hurt itself. Or tried to heal, but it hurt itself. It tried to attack, but healed him. I don't know when I started saying it, but it just did at some point. Box Thumper? Yo, dude, they're trying to play to win at this point. Both of them are trying to play to win. They had a game 17 minutes, 18 minutes into this duel. 77% dampener. They're just trying to win at this point. Gonna be great fate for Fearlord as he's trying to get away from the damage of Warcraft. Does get him with the stuns him back with a chicken coming out from Warcraft. Might have actual advantage. Trying to see if he can push in for an interrupt on the Fearlord. Trying to go for Shadowlands is barely doing much. He might have to shift gears and just go aggressive. PI is available. Might be able to go for a big mind game to the Warcraft potentially. PI is up. Shadowlands is still coming out back to back. Shadow Crusher on the corner. Wargren does catch himself a quick camo. If your Lord is continuing to heal himself as much as possible, Steel Trap is going to stop in place. PI still up. Couldn't move PI. Is going to get him dots up. It's going to be dispersed. Walking up a melee. Probably has a fear. Freezing Trap stops him. Look at that little bitty heal from the dispersed. Wargren, I think, might have recovered. Might have recovered enough to maybe make a play here. Fear Lord, I don't think has any stunts for a bit. He does have a silence, but it looks of it. But I don't think he has any stunts. Great fading just to walk, and Wargren does have a stun, but looks of it. Mind games is up. Has a Shadow Fiend available as well. Freezing Trap on the Fear Lord. Does go for Feign Death, trying to remove the bandages, remove the dots with the bandages. But looks like he didn't get too much dot removal. Shadow Crash does clip him. Does somehow clip him. He's gonna go for a bit of a heal. Stun by the Hunter on the corner. Fear Lord doesn't have a defensive for this one. Taking all this damage through the box. Kills Shadow. Oh my goodness. Wargren actually did make it out of that duel against the Shadow Beast. Into a turtle against Surakas as they went in for every single defense. Trying to see if he could freeze him. Froze the Zuen instead, which probably might be actually a good freeze. Rooting down, Surakas does streak it out of it. Wargren Feign Death for a moment, but I think it's over. Yep, you just exhausted everything you had against the Shadow. You won that duel. But at what cost? It looked like Fear Lord came in and you blasted some mines either way. But that duel at the end was Wargren wasn't going to give it up, dude. He wasn't going to give it up one bit. Wasn't going to give him an inch. Sometimes you guys go for really, really long duels, but I really like some of the long duels. Like the really, really close ones. Like it could be anyone's game. And I kind of mildly enjoyed that one. I want to say I kind of mildly enjoyed it. Yeah, if you guys are popping in, Friday is AU, Saturday is the NA duels. We have a tag in the chat pinned up above. If you guys want to join any of the duels, you're more than welcome to. Also, join our Discord. There's a whole setup how to join the duels as well. You just gotta find them in LFG, man. Just gotta find groups in LFG and join up, and you're good to go. Got some Mythic BOE farming to get to. Sounds good, my chicks. Thanks for popping in, man. Yeah, Friday is EU, Saturday is NA if you guys want to join in. Today is NA. We're letting NA boys ride and get some games in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's your opinion on Moonwalk Amongst PvP? How are they doing? Thanks. They're pretty good. I think Moonwalk Amongst are pretty strong right now. They're really good for PvE and PvP. I think right now they're the one melee in PvP that has the most damage of any melee. I could be wrong. Like Paladins have a lot of burst, but I think Monks have really good burst and good sustain. Like they're just scary all around. If it's a short game, Monks are good. If it's a long game, Monks are good. If it's a cleave game, Monks are good. If it's a full single target, just train somebody down, Monks are good. They're good against warriors, they're good against rogues, they're good against any other class. It's melee. They're also pretty good against range as well because they can catch them also pretty easily. Lots of mobility for those. Yeah, but that's about all I can say. They're good. They're really strong. I doubt they're going to get any worse. They're also really good for PvE as well. Like I remember when they were pretty bad for scaling for PvE back in BFA. At least at the beginning of the expansion, they were pretty good. But they also had that whole Karma, Touch of Death, like wombo combo thing going on for them. But yeah, they're pretty good. Pretty good. Are they broken? Are they overpowered? I wouldn't say they're broken overpowered. I can see why somebody might think they are. But they're really good. I think it's their time to shine. I wonder how long that'll last. If maybe it'll change in the future. I don't know if the scale well with gear though. Like that was a problem. If we're going by like no PvP scaling, they'll probably start out very strong and then we'll get worse over time. They'll still be really good, but they'll just get not as good over time. But there's no PvP scaling for them at all. And since we don't have PvP scaling, if versatility continues to scale poorly, we're going forward, especially since it will DR. then Master will only take him so far, Crit will only take him so far, Haste isn't really good stat for them, so eventually they will lose out on stats, I would imagine. But we'll have to wait and see, because primary stats are a lot stronger this expansion, so maybe Agility and Versa will just keep them going. You know what I mean? Alright boys, we'll give it a bit more, see if they can get our group up and running. But we had some long duels today, man, and I think I have quite a bit of an A duels. But if you guys want to do more, LFG is always up and available if you guys want them. You know what I mean? Get some water though, dude. That coffee that I had earlier is starting to wear off, dude. Chicago lost the group. That's all good. If we can get another one up and running, we'll be good. Even if we don't have any, we'll be good. Because they had quite a bit, man. Back is DVL. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Wait, would you swap to another character for a second there? 3 out of 5? Alright, cool. I don't know where Boom's team is at either. Like, if it has a 5 out of 5 or 3 out of 5 or whatnot. We'll see, though, right? We'll see. I was Palinster. Oh, you were the Pala. Okay. That's pretty cool. I guess Boom, dude, super high dampening and mind games, that's tough. Paladin's actually, do they get hard countered by Shadow Priest? I feel like Paladin's kind of hard, at least in duels, it feels like they kind of get hard. I suck, you're fine, man. It's an odd. Looking for one gamer? Sounds good, my dude. Sounds good. Just one more gamer necessary. We're good to go. Gonna head out? Alright, Tharn, thank you so much for coming by. Gotta get things ready for shift changes. Oh, okay. Are we still gonna see you during the raid, Tyrant, or is it going to be shifting your schedule around completely? Thanks so much for popping in, man. Appreciate you, dude. Appreciate it so much. I got to get some Mythic Zeros done on my Warrior, dude. I got a Warrior to gear up this weekend. I'm going to try to spend as much time as I can on him. That's a fresh 60. I want to try to get a key done on him this week if possible. But I got him in Venthyr. I was actually thinking maybe go a different Covenant. But it looks like Venthyr is the strongest. And originally, I know that Venthyr is really strong for Warrior, right? For PvE in particular. I've heard it is really strong, and I remember that being my favorite back in beta. But I also remember people saying that, oh, Warrior is, you know, Venthyr is kind of boring. It just doesn't really change your playstyle too much. You just execute, you know. It doesn't really change much. So I was thinking, oh, okay, well, maybe it's actually boring. Maybe I'll try something different. And I've been doing some basic stuff on the Warrior while leveling and while, you know, doing the basic, getting your Covenant set up, getting your Soul Ash stuff done, your Torghast established. And I've been having a lot of fun with that ability. Condemn is actually so fun, and I haven't gotten bored of it yet. So I don't know. Like, I've heard like Preach WoW, for example, saying that he can't play Venthyr. It's impossible. He'll probably play like Kyrian Warrior or something because he finds Venthyr so boring. I was like, oh, okay. Maybe it is kind of boring. I was like, and then a buddy of mine was leveling some characters. I was like, yo, let me join the Warrior because I've been playing mostly as Prot, just trying to get through dungeons. And I joined as a bit of Arms, a bit of Fury, mostly Fury for the dungeons. And I was having a blast. And then today I was playing some Arms, doing the basic like World Class stuff, just trying to get the renown. And I was having a blast. I was actually kind of surprised, like, he said it's boring because I don't know, I just love Preach is such a princess now. Yo, I love Preach, dude. I got nothing bad to say about Preach. I love that guy. Condemn is so fun. I love the animation and the damn it. I just love the animation. Just the massive red just splatters everywhere. Like, it's not blood splatter. It's like the Venthyr spell splatter. But it's so cool looking. I can't get over it, dude. I got a Venthyr Mog, red pieces of gear, blades for the back for the orc. I got the goggles looking like a gladiator wannabe kind of guy. And I got the big old bam, massive condense. As Fury, it's actually fun because you can use execute during your opener. It's actually so good. How massive is the common choice for rogues? I feel that the abilities are all low impact. They are all ST with some uses, but nothing we really commit too hard into with Covenant stuff. Conduits. Here we go. Quick ride up to a friend of mine who mostly PvEs. All right, we got gamers acquired Chicago. Do we have a 5-man already? Let me know, because boom, got some gamers in here. Flash is probably good, pretty good for Outlaw. The haze buff is actually pretty good. I like the haze buff. It's not, again, none of the abilities are really massively impactful, but I like the haze buff. It's just something you put on, and just remember to put it up against after a bit. Yeah, I don't mind it really. I enjoyed the streams. Keep up the good work. Thanks so much, Jay Harrison. Appreciate you, my man. Yeah, I'm Venthier, dude. But I've seen Venthier. Like, let's actually take a look at Red.io right now. Like, Red.io. Let's take a look at Red.io. I know some of you guys like the website. Some of you don't. Most of you don't. Oh, they're doing the MDI? Nice, nice, nice. Let me show you the leaderboards of Outlaw Rogues right now for the Covenants. We got players from China. We got Kyrian, we got Night Fate, we got Venthier. Junkrat went down at him, score. No, didn't go down a score, but he has to do more keys to catch up with there. But he was really in the top 5. We got a Necrolord here, Venthier, Faye, lots of Kyrian. There's gonna be a lot of Kyrian here, some Venthier in between. Another guy that's Necrolord. You can see like there's a pattern of Faye and Kyrian, right? You can see there's a pattern. But you have speckles here and there, and in the tops, like top 10, you actually have some Venthier. And then China, which I don't know what Covenant they are. They could be Venthier, could be Necrolord. We don't know, right? We actually can see. Like, we look at them, look at the stuff. You actually can't tell, like, what talents they're running. It just doesn't show up just because it's a different region. Or, like, that region, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, it's different kind of WoW and different kind of... You probably can find them somehow. Like, if you look up the actual, like, armory. Actually, I wonder, can you see the armory? Will it load the armory? No. It won't load the armory properly. Okay. It will not properly work. 4 out of 5. Pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Thanks for the info. No problem, no problem. Hold on. MP. Oh. NPBP. Whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. Chicago needs one more and we'll be good to go. Sounds good, boys. Where's the link to your rogue armory? Is it below in the description of the stream? If it isn't, let me know, guys. I'll edit it in. I'll add it in there. Black stream with rogue. Thank you so much, Stan. Chinese #1. Yo, dude, their Outlaw rogues still get 2 buffs every time they roll. The Chinese servers are actually so different than NA servers just because of, like, you know, the Chinese government, I guess. But they have like an so the way I just had described to me, I don't know if it's true. But someone said there's like an anti-gambling law, therefore Outlaw has to have 2 buffs every time you roll the bones. And that was a thing since BFA. And I think that still stays in this expansion. So you get 2 buffs every time you roll. Imagine if I got 2 buffs every time I roll. That's a pretty big advantage. But also regions are kind of separated too, so you can still, you know, be rank 1 in NA, rank 1 in other regions. That's pretty huge. You have Google Translate for those rogues XD? Haha. But yeah, it's pretty it's pretty interesting. You know what I mean? It's pretty nutty, to say the least. 1 left, only come on. Yeah, let's go, boys, let's go. But yeah, if I got like 2 buffs rolls, I don't know if that's true or not with the 2 buff thing, but if it is true, that's pretty crazy. It makes me wonder what other classes have like some alterations over there, because I know they're like you guys probably seen those YouTube videos of like how different are like the Chinese version of WoW versus other regions. Like there's censorship of like bones and skeletons and stuff, right? Like Necrolords look a lot less bony in their version, which I find very interesting. Just the differences, you know, just the different regions and different like versions of the game. It's interesting, and apparently there's a lot of bread instead of like in Karazhan it's supposed to be like scientists performing vile experiments and then there's like, you know, body parts everywhere. Instead, apparently they have bread all over. Not Karazhan, Skullomance. Just bread. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but if Outlaw Rogues over there do actually get a double buff, that's nutty. I don't know if that's true or not. But that'd be nutty. That's a pretty big advantage, dude, because it's 2 buffs for Outlaw right now. That's massive. Especially if you get like broadsides and cooldown reduction. That's huge. That's probably the best combo you can get. But yeah, any kind of 2 buff is surely an upgrade. Unless it's like Grand Melee and Buried Treasure. That's the one that probably wouldn't give you the most amount of damage increase. I mean, smooth rotation, but and not have to worry about slice and dice ever, but that's like the only one that's not really all that big. Let's go play in Chinese servers. I wonder if it's... I don't think it's possible. I think I have to have like I think it's IP based though. I think it's IP blocked, so I could be wrong. But that would be interesting. You're gonna go sleep, see you next stream. That sounds good, Tanja. Thank you for popping in, man. Appreciate you, my dude. Our brother can help us queue, but leave because he doesn't like PvP. That's so good, man. Don't worry about it, my man. Don't worry, my dude. That would be a funny video. It would be interesting, like exploring a different version of WoW. It'll be almost like playing on a private server. It's like, huh? How different are things here? I wonder. It also makes you think, like, what other RNG things? Convoke, is Convoke RNG over there? Is Convoke RNG, or is it like you'll get like 8 Star Surges, 2 Wraths, 2 Star, what is it called? Starfires, 1 Full Moon, 1 Regrowth, 1 Bark Skin, 1, I don't know, random Druid Spell, 1 Soothe. Chicago got 5, man. All right, we got more gamers here, boys, for another duel. Let's go. Did I find it? Yes, I can. Let's go, boys. Magic awoke Bob because of, I mean, it is RNG technically, isn't it? So I wonder if it is like specific abilities in specific order to make it more consistent. I don't know. Like if that gambling law is a real thing, I do wonder if that would be changed. I don't know if it is, but that would be interesting. But I wonder if it gives you a guaranteed full moon. Imagine if it gives you 2 full moons, dude. Oh my god. The PvP over there would be nuts. Or maybe it gives you no full moons, which would make it more consistent. Just a bunch of Star Surges. Want to try playing the stream for sub, Rogue? You'll stay. I'm more than welcome to, my guy. More than welcome to him. Game request sent to Chicago and boom. I don't think it worked. I'm gonna give you guys 30 seconds, see if it worked. Boom, let me know if you're ready. Chicago says they have 5 out of 5. Let me try in a bit. Yeah, Stan, you're more than welcome to join, man. Oh, there we go. Uno mas, boys. Uno mas. Probably gonna be the last one for the night because it is 7:02 and my coffee wore off, so I'm starting to get sleepy. My gamers are prime and ready. Let's go, dude. Let's go. I might never re-queue, but it would be good to go otherwise. I'll give it 30 more seconds. If it doesn't get it queue up, then I'll re-queue. So hang tight, boys. Hang tight. So it takes it a second or two. Re-queue? Okay, we'll re-queue. It'll probably give you guys the queue and it'll probably disable the queue, but it's okay. We got in. And Toveron. Oh, I don't like Toveron. I mean, it's a good map. Depends. I guess it all depends, but it ends up usually being like such a big map with massive pillars and classes like Kite. Just use the pillars. And I think it's just way too big of a map sometimes for duels. I feel like this is where we had some of our longest duels though. So I've like subconsciously just connected that with this map. Oh, Toveron is going to be a long arena. You know what I mean? Switch. It could be a 4v5, could get one could get rezzed. If it's a 4 out of 5, I would keep it 4 out of 5 at that point. I think rezzing just makes it like kind of awkward in my opinion. Hopefully they'll load in whoever the 4th is. We got ourselves team 1 with, we got Piggy as a Windwalker. Oh, we got Scars, we got Katanas, that looks good. We got ourselves DVPox as a sub, back to the sub business. We got Palin here as well with Chicago, as well as Wargrim versus team 2. We got ourselves Sneaky as the Boomy, Fear Lord X, Boomasaur on the Shadow Priest. We got ourselves Harasaki as a Fire Mage. We got ourselves Name XD as another sub, as well as Sarah. It looks like the 4th, 5th is missing. Is it the Paladin Palinster? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait, Isaac, were you multi-boxing to get the Pala in there? Is that what's going on? Is that how you guys try to get a 5th? Oh no. Oh no. Fear Lord versus Chicago first up though. Shadow Priest versus Elemental Shaman. Basically, oh, okay. So it's technically a 4 out of 5, 4v5, boys. It's technically a 4v5. They were having trouble getting a +1 in there, so they snuck in a pal. It's all good. It's all good. Interrupt immediately to Fear Lord X with a light lasso. Chicago's approaching the other side of the pillar. Bailing over there for a second. Fire Elemental is out, but gets hit with a Fear. Tricky coming up for Chicago immediately, though. Stormkeeper's available. Gets hit with a Silence, and looks like Fear Lord X is going to have big damage available for Chicago. Mind Games available. And those dots, oh, try not to heal himself while Mind Games is up. Healing Surge should be able to top him off, though. Fear Lord, I think, might have to play a very long game against Chicago here. Does have PI available. Chicago might want to remove that immediately. Get a knockback. Oh, I keep swapping the wrong person. I'm so sorry. Get a knockback on that Void Torrent with PI. Trying to remove a buff available from Fear Lord with a big last and does have to go for a trinket. Trying to get interrupted by Chicago as they're going to go for a bit of a reset. And Fear Lord got himself massive reheal back there. Flashcard does give Chicago CC immunity for a short moment. Fear Lord is going to just have to bust through those shields while he can. Trying to go for Mind Flames, but this Mind Flames won't even slow Chicago while the CC immunity is there. Does get a short interrupt onto Fear Lord for a second. Trying to see if we can push up at him. Mind Games is going to be available with that silence, with a DP and a Void Torrent. Chicago is going to take a bit of damage, and if that legendary heals him during it, that's only going to make it that much worse with the Mind Games. The big dammies. That's what I meant by the massive pillars, boys. Greater Fate available for Fear Lord. Massive pillars, just so much line of sight, so much movement just to cover one single wall of the pillar. Shadow Crash available for Fear Lord. Stun on Chicago right after. Doesn't have the silence, doesn't have the Mind Games to follow up, so Chicago is going to have a lot of healing. I think Fear Lord might have to try to dispel that shield ASAP. Void Torrent available. Chicago does get a shield wall on this healing surge. Oh my god, massive heal recovery. I think Fear Lord is purging that shield whenever he can, though. I think that is part of his prerogative right now, trying to purge it as best as he can. Hopefully he doesn't run out too much mana trying to purge it over and over. Chicago probably has other buffs available as well. It's going to go for Earth Elemental. Does get the stun onto Fear Lord with a Disperse coming out. Not even dismounted, just trying to stay next to Chicago. Just took all the damage, even an Earth Shock to the face. Trying to get the dots, trying to make sure he has the right corner available against Chicago. Chicago can just round the corner, round the bend, and Fear Lord can continue doing the damage necessary. Lands a stun, no Earth Shield available. Chicago does go for a trinket interrupt to Fear Lord on Shadow. It is only a short interrupt though. Trying to make some damage happen. No Earth Shield available just yet. Mind Games by Fear Lord. Big PI, like the last one, but Chicago does get clapped in a Shadow Ward death. Trying to see if he can find the Rogue. Shadow crashed him out in the open. Does go for a cheap shot. Is going to go for the Night Phase setup. Greater Fate available for Fear Lord, taking a bit of that Night Fate dot. Poison damage, massive setup by DV though. Fear Lord super low in health, does go for a bit of a self-heal. I think it's just done. As DV does go for a massive crit setup as a sub-bro. Shadow Dance, Shadow Blades, everything. It looks like it's going to be Name out right afterwards. It says it's going to be Human Racial Blind. Onto Name, trick inside of it, blind onto DV, and I think DV, unless he can somehow catch a resolve, I think it's over. Sap is going to, oh, cheap shot comes out. A Name just took him out. Oh my god, the damage he did just now. Oh my god, the damage is going to get dotted up, and Morgan is going to have to go for a flare. Name does go for a Cloak of Shadows with advantage. Try to go for a bit of a reset against him. Seeing if you can find the Rogue over on the other side. Name is in a safe spot, just way out of there. Playing that Kirin, so there's going to be huge damage, but also plenty of healing for him as well. I'm surprised that duel actually went from like 1% to the next. I was thinking Fear Lord was going to keep going, but the Rogue with 100% crit, Shadow Blades, what can you really do? We're going to pick it up the eye, could send the pet at Name. Looks like he's not going to find him. Feign death for a second. Does get the pet to get him out of stealth. It should need to open up. Shadow Blades available into a Trinket Freezing Trap by Warg Ren. Name does not have advantage anymore, has evasion, no Cloak of Shadows, so you won't really be able to get rid of the Hunter's Mark at all. Warg Ren is going to play it super safe. Evasion comes out, so the nades aren't going to do much. It looks like Name is going to try to see if he can get away from Warg Ren for a bit. Getting some backstabs on the pet. Stun around the corner. No trinket available for it. Is an Orc, so he doesn't really take too long inside of the stun. Goes for a self-heal, but the damage for the Hunter through the wall with Resonating Arrow is huge. And it's continuing just to punish him. Harpoon as the Rogue tried to get out of there. And it's going to feign down. Shadow steps onto a trap reset by Warg Ren. You can't do anything as a Rogue in this matchup, I feel like. That is so rough. And he's just able to do damage to you from afar. Shadow steps to him, but no health. Nade to the face. And you get put down. Super unfortunate how that happened there, boys. Super unfortunate. Sarah going to be up next. I'm trying to swap Sarah as a Shadow Priest versus Warg Ren is number 4. Yep, number 4. Versus Sarah number 5. Okay, I should be able to get it set up like that. Going to be Hunter's Marker to Sarah. And Warg Ren, he knows how to play against Shadow Priest, man. He still remembers how to play against Shadow Priest. If you just go for a big dot game, do trade the dots. So it's going to true trade CC. Sarah does eat a Freezing Trap, which is slightly longer than a stun. He's going to be CC'd off the bat. Worgen poking around the corner, trying to get some dots on Sarah. Does go for a stun. Looks like Worgen is lagging maybe a little bit. Sarah, greater fade with a trick, trying to walk up at Worgen. Do they catch up? Does land a fear. No trick available for Worgen, but it looks like Mind Games is going to feign death to remove it immediately. Trying to get those dots and nades rolling. Sarah does have a bit of shields and self-heals, knows there's a trap. Door of shadowing around the corner for Worgen. I think he does re-dot him once more, so he's going to put him under quite a bit of pressure there with that Shadow Word Pain. Feign Death does remove it though. Manic Bandage should be able to give him lots of recovery. If only Sarah had a Shadow Crash around the corner to prevent that heal. It looks like all those traps is going to have to walk right through him. I don't know how the Steel Trap didn't get him, but that Freezing Trap is definitely going to allow Worgen a bit of that reset. Does he go for a camera or does he go for damage? Looks like he's going to clean Sarah off. And he's going to get some damage rolling around the corner. He needs to get the dots up and running. Sarah does tag the pet. But Worgen is playing that pillar very, very carefully, making sure he has line of sight at all times. Sarah does go for a stun on the pet by the looks of it. This is going to get some sanity off the pet with a Mindful. I guess trying to set up for a big DP later. Might as well use the stun, right? Resonate Arrow available for Worgen. Has a greater fade, looking to catch up to the Hunter. But he's just going to kite him through every single trap available. Harpooning to Sarah. Interrupt him on Shadow. Could be the big kill right here. Son. Sarah does go for Disperse. Lots of pressure on the Shadow Priest with the Freezing Trap right after. Not letting him get any kind of movement, any kind of gameplay. Just trying to control the game. $15 a month are no longer yours. They are Worgen's now. As he's trying to go for a bit of VT, trying to recover some damage himself. Harpooning Shadow, interrupt again, locking him out. Does he have the kill shot? Looks like Sarah does go for a health increase trinket to survive this. Mind Games of the Worgen right after. As Worgen pulls the pet back, Void Torn off of that Feigned Death, does do a bit of damage. Sarah should be able to recover a little bit of health. Actually, a full recovery coming up here. Has a trinket very, very soon. Looks like Worgen is looking to maybe stay out in the open. Sarah does decide against it. This is going to go for a little bit of line of sight play yet again. Sarah denied a lot of that pet damage to build up a lot of sanity for a fresh DP onto Worgen. Does get hit with a Resonant Arrow. Is going to have a greater fate for it. Running through a Freezing Trap as well. Does not want to run back through that Resonant Arrow. Does not want to give Worgen any kind of extra damage from it. Not doing it, but that's going to be more traps set up. Has traps that you'll have to go wide angles for. Trinkets out of that stun, and it's going to be Worgen dipping back in until I think another stun or a CC trap setup is available. Does go for a stun into Worgen, able to get the pet dotted as well as the Hunter. Tripping up the pet, goes for the Void form with Void Bolt, Shadow Crusher on the corner, Feign Death coming up for Worgen. Freezing Trap for Sarah is going to get tagged by it. Worgen should be able to get himself a little bit of recovery afterwards. 9 minutes into this duel, 25% dampener, boys. It is going to be a long game with Worgen. I feel like Sarah might have to play this very, very conservatively, and then maybe once he gets Worgen in a good position, fear him, full dot setup, full stun setup, and basically get ready to re-dot him immediately as soon as he goes for Feign Death, because you know the Hunter is going to go for Feign Death. You basically want to make sure you get dots on him again and again and again, as many times as possible. But it's definitely going to be a rough one. Worgen missing that trap. Does get hit with a fear. There's going to be dots available. Mind Games for Sarah. Could go for Feign Death. Does go for a Feign Death with a Freezing Trap. Took a bit of that damage. But it's going to be Manic Bandage to help him recover. And he's going to go for even more. Look like a Steel Trap. Didn't do anything. Or Tower Trap? Tower Trap here. Steel Trap on the other side. Stuns him around the corner, going for Resonant Arrow, trying to make some damage happen. Sarah does have a Disperse for it. It is a 1 minute cooldown, 1.5. I think Resonant Arrow is a 1 minute cooldown, so he does have to have something to offset it by a little bit later. Worgen looking like he might be able to get something happen. Granite Fade baited the Hunter out in the open. No interrupt. Actually, no. He didn't use Muzzle just yet, so the Muzzle is used right now. Sarah has the Hunter out in the open. Could be really good for him. Freezing Trap and a Feign Death comes in for Worgen. Taking those dots off of him. Has the Shadow Priest out in the open. No line of sight for the Shadow Priest. Line of sight for Worgen, so he can walk out. Make some dots happen. Make the grenades happen. Harpooning as Sarah's walking towards the pillar. Worgen is going to harpoon and then reposition. He always has the pillar advantage, and Sarah just kind of out in the open. Not much they can really do in this situation. Maybe some Shadow Misses. Worgen have a harpoon for it. Sarah has Worgen way away from a pillar though, so maybe that's perfect for him. Does get DPs rolling with a Void Torn. Feign Death comes off of Worgen. If Sarah has a big mind game setup for him, he could be in a really good spot. Massive damage for Worgen out of nowhere though, or maybe Sarah just lost all that health. Massive Evoke coming in for Sneak though, as he's trying to make the damage happen. Freezing Trap gets out of it, try to just one-shot Worgen and take him out of the game immediately. And Worgen is going to go for his kite and run and hide strats. Which way is Sneak? There goes Sneak. Try to go for those Star Surges. Does he kill the pet? Looks like he might have killed the pet. I don't see the pet anywhere. I think he did. Full camo for Wargren, and he does have the Hunter's Mark on Sneak. Sneak has the eye available. Might just go pick it up on his corridor creeper. Picking up the eye with a freezer trap meeting immediately. Oh, Wargren is not going to let these boys play the game one bit, man. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, dude. Sneaks. Taking a bit of damage. One more Gren. Yo, this kiting strat, dude. That's hardcore sweaty kites. But he's trying to make a play, dude. He's trying to win, if possible. Is there anything you could really do? I feel like this is why, yeah, this is why why I'm not a huge fan of 12 Run. Just a massive pillar in the middle. Any classes that are huge at kites just have a massive advantage here, in my opinion. Massive advantage. Resonator arrow, Sneaky getting hit with a stun. Barson is available. Wargren just chucking every nade that he can at him. And doing quite a significant amount of damage, especially 43% dampen, and when the healing is kind of reduced. Does he have a harpoon? He does have a harpoon, catches him, and does take him out. That harpoon through the wall, catching people off guard. That is one nice trick, though, for certain. Definitely one nice trick. Not really a fan of Hunters run and hide until Resonator comes off to D. Yeah, that is... I mean, I feel like Hunters always played like this. The back in Legion, that was the same thing, right? You kind of ran and hid until you had your Coordinated Assault. And then Mungus Bite spam. I remember that's what Dead was doing all the time, though. But yeah, it's even cheesier this time. Because of Resonating. Working as a beast, no pun intended. True. Throwing down a trap. Harasaki does not get frozen trap there. Does pick up the eye, though. I wonder if there's a way to play around it, though. Like, there has to be a way around it. You know? I feel like there should be. I feel like there's probably something we just haven't picked up on yet. Harasaki is going to get a couple of that freebie damage from the Resonating arrow. It is also much harder to deal against all this because of dampening, so you're not really getting a lot of healing. Harasaki trying to go for big bust blade, trying to make those Pyroblast work. Does have ult time if necessary. Wargren is going to be in front of him. Does have a freezing trap as he ults time. See, he is going to be just CC and take it off that combustion immediately. Harasaki just says his face looked annoyed playing against a Hunter. Just absolutely annoyed. 52% dampener, 13 minutes, 30 seconds into the duel. Harasaki does get the breath on the Wargun. Try to go for Poly. Is going to allow Wargun a bit of a health recovery here. Trinkets out of it with a freezing trap. Got that heal. Said thank you. And then froze Harasaki in his face for a moment there. Just to get probably more dots up and running. Harasaki having to go a long way around. Trying to land a Poly. Going to be feigning death for Wargren. Harasaki trying to get another Poly with a Shimmer. Does not get it as line of sight does come into play. Trying to set up a Ring of Frost. That Resonant Arrow just gives him lots of damage. Does have to go for a freezing ice block immediately. Breath onto Wargren. Does he have a setup maybe? Poly onto Wargren. Does have a Meteor. Greater Pyro is setting up. Does he have anything post Greater Pyro? Looks like somehow the Poly broke. I think maybe to the images. And Harasaki does get hit with a stun. Not like the end. It looks like it's going to be Wargren actually messing with him. Actually messing with the guy. Try to kill him with the eyes of the beast. Actually BMing, dude. Actually BMing. G-Pie? Wargren DC'd? Wait, Wargren DC'd! Wait, the BM DC'd him! Wait, Wargren BM'd him and he actually DC'd! Harasaki actually given an opportunity to come back to the game maybe by auto-attacking him? The BM, dude! Oh no! He tried to BM and he got DC'd! Oh no! The spirit Eyes of the Beast DC'd him there, didn't it? It must have been Eyes of the Beast that DC'd him. I misclicked eyes. Oh no, wait, you meant to click eyes or did you misclick them? Oh no. Oh no. That DC, the BM DC, dude. Unless you didn't mean to hit eyes. It looked like you did though. I lagged, misclicked eyes, and I DC'd. Oh no. Unforge. Harasaki though catching up on all that heals, and Piggy giving him opportunity to at least get a full setup. No BM. Okay. He says no BM, so I believe him. Piggy though trying to get himself a bit of a setup with the Harasaki. At least give him the full honor duel here. Caught up on health. No ice block, no cauterize available. He's going to be limited in what he can do. In cap onto the mage immediately. Breath onto Piggy right afterwards. Trying to go for a Ring of Frost. It is going to freeze Piggy out in the open. Does go for a Ring of Frost to boop him out of the way. Might have to run through the ring. G-Pie looks like it's going to be able to connect. Does have diffuse. Oh no, diffuse magic dampen harm available. Try to get a cast off or a heal. Get interrupted. Meteor slamming down. Piggy does have dampen harm to reduce some of the damage. All the time available for Harasaki. Has combustion available. Is getting interrupted though. No, it looks like he does get himself the all-the-time Power Blast and make it away. That's going to be the karma though on Harasaki. Does he go for a reset? It's no good karma. He doesn't have good karma. Harasaki might actually be able to do something. Piggy try to get the hell out of there. And does try to go for as much of self heals as he can. Harasaki catching up on food ASAP. Leg sweep not available for Piggy. Breath onto Piggy. Trying to go with a fireball. Maybe trying to fish for a combustion. Blinking away from Piggy as he goes in for damage. Trying to go for shifting power. Maybe get himself a meteor. Piggy trying to heal at 72% dampening. Not letting him do any kind of healing at this point. And Harasaki goes in for food immediately, dude. Immediately goes in for feast as soon as he can. Looks like that chi. The touch of chi is going to get him back in combat. The Piggy is still continuing to heal. Does use Weapons of Warder. I don't really know if he meant to use Weapons of Warder or not here. Maybe his Weapons of Warder earlier versus Harasaki. It just lasted that long. That's probably what happened. Harasaki continuing to eat food as much as he can. It is dampened though. Breath onto Piggy. Does go for a polymer since Piggy is basically full health. Is going to meet him with a G-Pie. Probably Meteor. Piggy trinkets out of it. So next go, Harasaki is going to have a setup. Wait, does Piggy have less healing because of dampening and so Polymer heals him for less? Is that what that is? Because he's not at full health. Unless G-Pie somehow happened, which doesn't look like it. But Piggy is recovering a lot. Harasaki does have plenty of health to work with here. Ice Block coming out very, very soon. So he actually has defenses to work with. Ice Block comes in. Doesn't have a way to break out of the Ice Block. Ice Block. Oh, no. He had Pod, but looks like the Pod didn't even do anything for him. Unfortunate. So close on an Ice Block, dude. So close on an Ice Block. That was such a long game, dude. Oh, my goodness. No BM at all, though. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Damn, dude. That was a long, long duel, wasn't it? That was a really long one. Crazy long. 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. Oh, wait, that's an NA. USSL. How many are we at? 66? 66 duels, dude. Catching up to EU. Yeah, but his name for people who fight last. Who need to self healing. Yeah. Sometimes these duels go slow though. I want an outlet dedication video for me. Played well. All right. It's like I'll see. I'll look at the clips, man. I'll peep it. How does that sound? I'll peep them. How does that sound, dude? Man. Oh, boys, thanks so much for popping in, man. Appreciate all of you. We gotta call it here though. It is 7:22. We are just a little over time that we normally do. But we're gonna call it here. That was the last game for the night. Thank you guys so much for popping in. Tomorrow is my day off from stream, so we're not stream tomorrow. Coming back Monday. Probably gonna do some all-star before the Tuesday reset on Tuesday. Ooh, big vault opening, boys. Massive vault opening. Hopefully we'll be able to get our warrior some kind of a key. It doesn't even matter if it's a high key or not. If I can do some gearing on this character, we could actually get like a 10 done for the week though. I believe. But anyway, boys, thank you so much. Have a good one. And I'll see all of you guys, most of you, Monday. Sound good, boys? Sound good. Alrighty. Peace.